Hello, and welcome back to the Tea and Soju podcast, Drama Trio Edition, where three friends chat Asian dramas and let you into that chatter. I'm your host, Liliana.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Caitlin.
And in today's episode, we will be doing a Q&A. So we put out some feelers and you guys sent in all of your burning questions and we'll be going through them today. So just some housekeeping. If you like the podcast, please like, share and subscribe on the platform you listen to. That really helps the podcast reach other listeners. For more content, check out Patreon, where you can find behind the scenes, first impressions, movie reviews and more. Finally, if you would like to chat to me or find a community, check out Discord, Instagram, and other socials. The link will be in the episode notes. So that's all the housekeeping out of the way. How are you guys? We were just saying it's been a while since the three of us have recorded together. So how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. It is so great to be back with you guys and
Mm.
recording. We've missed each other. We kept talking in the DMs and going, I miss you guys. I can't wait to record with you guys. So now it's finally here. There's a lot of flux happening in my life. I am moving to my sister's townhouse. She just bought a house for the first time. And so we're just picking up and moving Bikini Bottom, basically. I will pretty soon become a landlady. I've never been a landlady before. I'm renting out my house. It is so stressful. And then the podcast has just finished wrapping up Taepak season 5, but I still want to do a spooky season. So by the time this comes out, I'll be in the middle of spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
And just a lot of things happening in my life. I feel like I'm overwhelmed, but it's all good things, just new things. It's basically my nice, comfortable little life has been imploded. You're now it's gonna be a different comfortable life, but we have to get there first.
Yeah, but you got this. Like Jess was talking to us about it, and you've got this, and it'll be fun once you get to the destination. It's just the getting there that's a
It's
little
just the
bit,
getting there. Nobody
yeah,
likes to move. Nobody likes to
yeah.
get rid of their stuff and not do their usual things on over the weekend and after work. And you're like, oh, I have to figure out what a lease agreement is and how do I do this and what is my taxes going to look like next year. All of this adulting stuff that
Yeah.
I don't like to do. I just want to be on autopilot, but I can't be on autopilot the coming weeks. So
How about you, Caitlin?
Overall I'm good. Work.
Work is
Work
work.
is it's a little stressful for at least the next couple weeks, at least probably the next month. But I can't complain. I can't complain.
So let's just say, so when this episode releases, this is a little fun fact, but when this episode releases 2 days later, so this episode's going to release 16th. Obviously, you guys have already listened to it, but it releases on the 16th of October, and 2 days later, on the 18th of October, will officially be the first anniversary of the drama trio. So
wow.
I think I can't believe we've been doing this together for a year. It
I
feels
I
know.
just
know.
like it was yesterday. Like it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But at the
Best
same
idea
time,
you've ever had, Lily.
but also, I was gonna say, but also, it feels like I've known you guys for years at the same time, which is
Mhm.
so strange.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I'm very, very excited to many more years, I'm sure. Um, but yeah, so we've got a lot of questions,
Can I
and
quickly say something?
Yeah,
go
go
for it,
ahead.
go for it.
So I'm turning 35 next year, and
That's exciting.
I'm
I'm not going
debating.
because you're so old. I'm going smiling because it's a
Yeah,
it's a great birthday.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
I'm saying? Oh
yeah.
wow, how wonderful.
So I didn't do anything for my 30th, and I didn't do anything for pretty much it. My 30th happened in 2020. So that
Oh,
didn't happen. So I haven't celebrated my birthday in a while. So I was debating during the year I turned 35 that I travel and see some friends and whatever
Hmm.
that I haven't seen. And Jess, you were talking about you were planning on going to London this next year.
Hmm.
So I'm
Hmm.
debating going to London
Oh, you
during the
should
same
just absolutely come to London. Oh,
yes,
that
it's
would
a
be a
big
lot of
family
fun.
vacation. And we're doing London for like a week or so. It'll
Mhm.
be so much fun. And
Yeah.
Liliana, I'm planning on meeting up with Liliana. So
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like, just
yeah.
tell me the dates and I'll book it and I'll be
Yeah.
down there. Oh,
Yeah.
that
So
would
that's an
be,
idea.
yeah, that would
Yeah.
be a lot of fun, I
Oh
think.
my
That
God.
would be a lot of fun. I'm very
Yeah. I've
excited.
been to London before, back in 2016, 2017.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I
Nice.
was only there for like 2 or 3 days. And
Oh,
so
not
I
enough.
like not enough time at all.
No,
Cause I did like
no.
Barcelona, which was way too long. It was ungodly hot. And then I
Ooh.
went to
Yeah,
London for 3 days.
Barcelona, yeah.
I know. And then I went to Edinburgh for like 2 or 3 days. So I
Mm-hmm.
had
Mm-hmm.
wished, in hindsight, I wish I did more days in London and Edinburgh
Yeah.
versus Barcelona. So I've wanted to go back. So that's the
There you go.
idea.
Oh, that would be so much fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Oh my
I feel
God.
I feel
The
like
drama
that's
trio
one
meetup in London. Ah!
in London. Oh my
Mhm.
God. Can you just imagine? Oh, I would be so freaking excited.
Yes.
So the first question, we didn't even decide on an order of
We
how
didn't.
we're
So we
going.
kind of
No.
split these up by like how we got them, like who got what question. But I separated out all the intro to us questions because we
Mhm.
got multiple of the same type of question about the podcast, how we got together, and all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff. So I have these up at the top, and then the rest we can just take turns like reading out loud and
yeah,
answering.
yeah. So
The first three questions go together, I feel.
yeah, I feel like I was gonna just bang them all together into one question.
Perfect.
Um,
Okay.
because the first one is how did you find each other? The second one is how did you meet, get to know each other? And the third one is how did you three decide to do a podcast together? Great idea, by the way. I I feel like that's pretty much the same question.
Yeah.
I think I got to know Jess first because I think did you reach out to me for the Untamed episode or did we just naturally get to chatting?
I think we just I think we just naturally got to chatting because I loved listening to your podcast. So I was like, oh hey, like I think I was just chatting with you about C dramas and K dramas, and you
Hmm.
were really friendly. And then I had also known Caitlin already. She was
Hmm.
already been on Hebok, like you were on the Something in the Rain episode, which was
He was.
hysterical. Yeah.
I feel like that's always going to be the running joke that Caitlin was
Yeah.
on the Something in the Rain episode on the day back.
Yeah, I
It gave
tried
her a
to.
different perspective.
It did. Because as everyone knows, Caitlin, you watch romance dramas, but really your bread and butter is crime and thriller and sort of darker dramas and not necessarily fluffy, nice romance dramas. And half of that drama is a really nice, fluffy romance. And then the last half, like the wheels fall off. Like it is like really stressful. It's frustrating. You're stressed. And it's very divisive. That show is super divisive, and
Hmm.
I had you on for Something in the Rain. Anyway, so me and Caitlin had already known each other.
Ironically, I loved the fluffy part of that drama, and
Yeah,
I
That
hated
is
the
ironic.
angsty part. I was so angry. I still watch that clip of like that you made of the our comments on the mom. I
oh
still
the
go back
mom,
and listen to that.
the worst mom in K drama history. So
Yeah.
we had known each other individually. Like I guess I had
Hmm.
known each of you individually, but I ended up getting us together for the Till the End of the Moon review on
Review.
Kebak.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I had asked on first. I really don't, but I was basically talking to each of you in my DMs about this fantastic show and that I wanted to do a podcast review on it. And so I ended up crossing the podcast streams
Hmm.
and introducing
Hmm.
you to via Instagram DMs. And I created a
Yeah.
group with all three of us. And I was like, hey, like Liliana, this is Caitlin. Caitlin, this is Liliana. I'd love to have you both on for Till the End of the Moon,
Hmm.
basically. And we all took to each other super well,
We
started talking
did.
about Till the End of the Moon, as well as other shows. And we were fast friends, like ever since.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then a few months later, because that was like early summer 2023. And then by October, we were already on Drama Trio.
The
So
drama trio.
Liliana,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
then Liliana had come up with the idea of having us on tea and soju around once a month for tea
The-
and soju.
Yeah, because she wanted to
The-
do a change for season
Mhm,
2.
for season 2. And the fun
Mhm.
part about that is actually, so I did for the first anniversary of Tea and Soju, I did a Q&A episode, and Jess put a question up for that episode. And this is where the idea came from originally. Like for me, that's where it sparked. And Jess put a question through of, have you ever thought about having a co-host? And when she posed the question initially, I was like, I haven't, but I wouldn't be opposed to having one. I think it would be a lot of fun. And actually, when I answered that question, I said, I don't think I would oppose to having one, but it would have to be the right people. Like I would have to connect to the right people. And also I would have to be like, it would have to be people that would be willing to like sign up for that, because it's kind of like a long, commitment of sorts, because you're like committing to doing something long term. And then when I finished recording that episode, like my wheels got churning. And I think within about a week, I messaged like our chat and I was like, guys, how would you feel about, once a month doing an episode, the three of us, and kind of like becoming co-hosts for, an episode once a month for Tea and Soju, and we can call it something else, within the Tea and Soju world of sorts. We can have a different logo. And then it just kind of all spiraled from that. So it came originally, it was my idea, but it came from like Jess's question without her even knowing, because I think,
I didn't know that. I actually had no idea that it was
yeah.
prompted from my Q&A.
And now it
question.
has
Thank-
spilled into Daybach and closely will
Yeah,
spill into
now,
mine
like,
as well.
now, whenever we record the three of us and somebody else hosts on their
It's just a drama trio
content feed,
episode.
it's a drama trio episode on somebody else's podcast. So it's
Yeah.
bled it over into everybody else's content. And we love being with each other. We love talking about dramas. We love hanging out. So it's not a chore really for
No,
us
Right.
to do
Not.
this.
Right.
And the fun thing as well was, so that the chat that we still have on Instagram DMs is the original Till the End of the Moon chat, but we then renamed it. And now it's just like the Drama Trio chat. But that is still the original chat that kind of like started it all, which I think is a lot of fun to have as well. But that's like where it kind of grew from, I think. All
Mhm.
from like a little innocent question that Jess posed.
I didn't know, and it was kind of selfish because I admire people who can do a solo podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very difficult to do. I've been podcasting for a long time. I know how difficult it is to just run with something by yourself and basically talk to yourself. You don't. It's really easy to just listen to a solo podcast and be like, "Oh, this is really fun. This is really great." But when you're doing it, there is nobody there talking back to you, looking at you, reacting to what you're saying. You are literally talking to the wall. So that's why I asked you, because I'm genuinely interested. Like, are you interested in having a co-host and doing that? And it was really because of my own interests, not because I want to be your co-host at all.
Oh no. I absolutely didn't take it as that at all. I think I did absolutely take it as, I think it's just something she's curious about.
I'm super curious. Yeah, I was super curious.
So yeah, that's how it sort of came along. So the next question, we've already kind of answered this, but it's, have the three of you met up in person? It's fine. Have the three of you met up in person? And as you heard a little bit earlier on, we haven't as of yet, which makes it even like more special. The fact that, we just get along so well and we've never actually met in real life. Hopefully by next year that'll change. I think, we'll make it.
We'll make it happen.
I think I'll
we'll
do
make
off
it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
I think it'll
for
change
sure
by next year. For sure.
Yeah, I think so. We'll just have to convince Caitlin to come to London as well and join on the thing.
Oh, there's no convincing. I'm telling you to tell me the dates and I will make it.
Okay, gotcha.
See, there you go. Drama Trio take London.
Yes.
So So next up is, how do you agree to do the podcast while living in different time zones? Um, I think we have found something that works for us and we just kind of stick to it because we tend to record on a Saturday at the same time and we just say regular time and it just kind of works
Yeah.
like everybody knows. So for me, that would be like Saturdays at 3 p.m. Jess, is it 11 for you?
It's 10 a.m. for me, and
And
then Caitlin's an hour
It's
behind me.
9 a.m. for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So luckily you guys aren't too bad as like morning persons on a weekend.
Hmm.
Because I know like there's some people that wouldn't really want to be up, for that time. But we're quite lucky. It works out not too bad, I think. And I
And we
think we
use
just
that
like
same time if we record with each other like separately too. Like,
Yeah.
for
yeah,
example, I'm recording with Jess tomorrow. It's the same time tomorrow.
it's the regular time.
Like,
We're
yeah.
just used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think we found it fairly quickly. I think that was a time that suited us all, and
Mhm.
we kind of just stuck with it. So just that's how we
Yeah.
kind of worked it out. And it's not like it's. I think it would be worse, for example, if one of us was like Asia time and then one of us States time and like one in Europe time sort of thing.
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
that would be way harder to manage than it is, with just in essence, because I mean, your guys are only an hour difference.
Hmm.
It'd be a lot harder to manage the other way. So how's the next question is, how's your podcast process? Who does what, how, and when? It depends on who's hosting.
Right.
Yeah.
It, like,
Yeah.
I think it all comes down to it depends on who's hosting. We all have, I think, different processes that we use for our own podcasts. We all record on different, what's the word I'm looking for? Softwares, different
Mhm.
places, and it just depends on who's hosting. So for Tea and Soju personally, in terms of ideas, we kind of just collectively suggest stuff and go from there. But if it's a tea and soju, so if it's a drama trio on tea and soju, we record like you're listening to now. This would have been recorded on a Zoom chat, and then I get that audio, see what's happening with the audio, put it up, clean it, edit, whatever that needs doing to the audio, post it, and then do any of the social media stuff that comes with it. And then if it's Jess's process, I'll let Jess explain kind of like how you would do your process.
Sure. So my process is a little different. I always have my guests record their audio locally using GarageBand or Audacity, or sometimes I've had people even use their phones and then they plug in their headphones into their phones or their mic into their phones. It just depends. That I feel like that always provides a really clean audio file. Then they send it to me. They don't My guests never edit anything. They never have to clean up the audio. They never have to cut anything down. I'm just like, just send me the raw audio file as a WAV file, and then I do the same thing. I put it all together, edit it, clean it up, put in the intro, outro, spoiler bumper, the whole bit, and that's it. Like, then I post it. I do all of the social media postings. Let me see, all of the graphics as well. Like, I just do
Mm-hmm.
that myself, and that's it. Like, that's the whole process from soup to nuts. So
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
And then we haven't record well, when we're recording, we haven't recorded with Caitlin yet, but I'm assuming Caitlin has a similar or will have a similar sort of process as well.
Yeah, pretty
Right.
much. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I'll have to
So
figure it out because I haven't done one yet, but yeah.
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And the thing is, I think we just go back and forth on our DMs and kind of like share stuff with each other and be like, guys, do you like this? Should we change it up? But I think
Mhm.
most of the time, if it's you do what you do for your own podcast because you're kind of used to your own, method of
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
things.
Workflow.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So you just kind of, it depends. So, like I said, if it's a Drama True episode on Tea and Soju, like I'll take care of the stuff. If it's Jess's, you know, if it's on the daybuck, Jess will take care of the stuff. And eventually, if it's on No Sleep for Dramas, then Caitlin will take care of the stuff. So the easiest question answer to that question is it just depends on who's
It
hosting.
depends.
Whoever's hosting
Yeah.
does the
Yeah.
work. I mean, I think that's the overall question for that. And then lastly, for this little intro part, we've got how do you decide on your next subject drama watch? I think we just throw ideas at each other
Okay,
and kind of go from
I hate to just be like this person, but like our DMs are crazy. We are constantly throwing ideas back and forth, sending each other videos and photos and promos of dramas and saying, "Oh, I'm excited for this," or "What do you think of
Mhm.
this?" And we share our watch list, what we're currently watching. And so if something seems to resonate with all of us, that's a clear sign that maybe we can do something with Drama Trio. Sometimes we get ideas from Liliana's Discord channel because the Discord fam is really fun and forthcoming with a lot of ideas. They'll have questions for the Drama Trio or episode ideas. So sometimes we've dipped into that well as well. It's just, it comes from anywhere and everywhere. And what's hard, I think, is the balance of like the watching shows and talking about them takes a long time. I don't know if
Exactly.
really people can understand, because if you
Right.
have nothing, you can binge a show in a week or so
Mhm.
and then just continue on with your life. But you know, we have competing schedules, different life events that are happening. We have to watch the same show, and then we have to pick a time that works for everybody and work towards that deadline. It is like a small job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as well, on top of that, we have our own podcasts and feeds to kind of like keep doing. So, you know, that has to keep flowing. So if you're churning out episodes every week or whatever, and you're watching other stuff in the middle of like binging for this, I know right now because, for example, I'm watching two major shows. Like by major, I mean they're really long, like one's 73 episodes, the other 63. And I'm like, you almost like drown a little bit amongst all of the shows. So you have to be a little bit careful and you have to try and balance everything. So if it's a really long show, I think we tend to give it a lot longer for us to watch and be like, let's record. And we kind of like we have I made us a Google Doc for now, and we kind of have like ideas on there and like potentially when we could record it so we can plan way ahead. And planning is sometimes the best way because otherwise you can get really lost amongst all of that, I think. So
But I think we sometimes also have themes though too. Like
mm,
Liliana has obviously C drama. We obviously have that spilled into Jess. I will probably become the crime person if you ever guys ever want to partake. Like I think it also depends on like what we plan on watching.
mm,
Sometimes influences who is hosting it. Sometimes it doesn't. Like Till the End
yeah.
of the Moon, we had such a long podcast episode. We did two different people. So I think also just depending on what we're watching will influence who's going to host it.
Yeah.
And if it's their idea. Like if Liliana messages saying like, "Hey, I want to watch this drama, you're going to join me." She obviously is going to be the one hosting. Like
Yeah.
it just depends on how the idea came up.
The only way I'd be like, you are going to watch this drama is if I know for sure that both of you are going to love it. Because otherwise, I'd be like, do you want to watch this drama with me?
Yeah, it
Type
usually
of
starts with a
situation.
question, unless we're all really gung ho about it. But it's pretty much like, hey, I'm thinking about this for Drama Trio. Are you guys interested? Because if not, then like we go other avenues, and you might hear somebody else in that episode, and it's not a Drama Trio episode.
Exactly.
So just depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is with
so-
scheduling, especially with guests, and I'm talking like I have a guest yet. I don't. But like usually what I've learned from these two is like you pick out what you want to review and then you match the person to what you want to review for the most part. So these two will have lists of dramas they want to review for their season, and then they'll kind of just ask around, and whoever says yes, whoever seems like the best fit will be slotted into that choice. So they'll come to the Drama Trio and say, "Hey, I have these 3 dramas. Are you guys interested in any of these 3?" which is how Liliana picked what we're doing next year, for example.
Yeah.
So
I do say, I will admit, Drama Trio probably gets dibs on most of my drama choices most of the time. Like because you guys know the schedule, like like I share like these two probably out of. I mean, not out of but I think out of everyone, they're probably the two that know the most about upcoming seasons and what's coming and whatnot. So I just give you guys the list and what's happening, and like whatever you want to join, let me know. Here's the dramas that I'm going to review. If you want to join in, like,
Yeah,
just
I
let me
did
know.
the same thing for Tebak season 5. I was like, here's
You
everything.
did.
Let me know if you guys
You
are
did.
interested.
What do you want to review? So,
Yeah.
so I think a lot of the time, you just offer ideas and then you just see where it goes. So I think that's like I don't think we have a very solid or rigid process
No,
like
it's
of
really
how we
fluid.
go about it. Is it just kind of whatever comes to mind, it's just kind of like how it goes. And I think that's why we work so well together as well, though, because if it was very rigid and like not flexible at all, I think we'd get a little bit, I don't know, tired of it or whatever. But because it just like ebbs and flows and it's super flexible, I think it works really well for the three of us. So yeah, I think that's like all of like the intro questions. So Jess, do you want to do the next sort of, are we
Yeah, I can do
going
the next
one?
chunk.
Okay, you do the next
Okay,
chunk
I'll say
then.
these questions. So this question is, what's one drama you collectively all love? We have not discussed this beforehand, but what I did was I rated all of your My Drama List completed lists. And what's really fun about your My Drama List accounts is that you guys have rated every single drama that you guys have watched. So I put your completed list and then I ordered it from like top to bottom. And I was like, okay, let me see everything that they love. And if there's anything on there that I also love, then these were the dramas that came up.
Oh my God. See, this is what we
This
mean.
is like a systematic thing here.
Jess is our biggest planner and like our biggest like organizer. I swear to God.
Okay.
Half this, I can't believe you actually, because my
I
list
did
is
this.
very extensive. Like
It is. It is.
my list is very long.
I'll tell you,
Dude,
I
I
kind
can't
of
believe-
stopped. I stopped looking for this question in particular, which is something we all love. I stopped looking at your list around like 8.8.0,
There's still a lot of
7.5.
dramas.
Anyway, so these are the dramas that I came up with that all three of us seem to really enjoy. And I know it says what's one drama. I have like a whole list here. So here you go.
Look, she put all that work in. She's gonna tell you all of them.
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. I have 14 dramas here. So here we go. And let me know if there's any of these that you're like, I probably wouldn't say that I love that drama. And then we can knock it off the list. Okay. Eternal Love, aka 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, the C drama.
I mean, that one's just special, isn't it? It was our first episodes together. How can we not?
I know. So that one, Love Like the Galaxy, another C drama.
Yeah.
Which
Both
I'm very
nodding.
excited about.
Oh, I love that drama.
I love
Death's
that drama.
Game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Death's Game, the K drama. Move to
Mhm.
Heaven, the K drama.
I love that drama.
Cried my eyes out, but yes,
Oh.
I
Yes,
did
yes,
did love
I
it.
cried. Yeah.
Same. It's Okay to Not Be Okay, a K drama.
Mhm.
Till the End of the Moon, obviously.
I mean-
Obviously.
Happiness, the K drama, the zombie K drama.
Mhm. I love that drama.
Yeah, it's so good. Reset, the C drama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Few
I
of these
love
have-
that drama.
I know. A few of these have drama trio episodes. Princess Wei Young. C drama.
Yeah,
My Journey
we
to
have-
You.
Yeah.
Another C drama. Business Proposal. The K
I
drama.
love Business Proposal.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Classic.
you guys are like,
Classic.
damn,
So
I do
much
love
fun.
that
I do, yeah.
show. Kingdom, the K drama.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
zombie one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
zombie another zombie K drama.
Mhm.
Strong Woman Do Bong Soon.
Oh, that was my first K drama ever. So I'm very biased to that drama.
And the last one I have is The Crowned Clown.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Oh,
such a
it's
good
so good.
drama.
Yeah. Okay.
Such a
So
so
good
good.
drama. Oh, such a good drama. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you did nail that list. You did
Yes.
absolutely nail that
Nice.
list. See, I had only written till the end of the moon because I was like, I'm
Same.
sure this one we can all agree on. But,
I went
you
above
know,
and beyond.
yeah, you did. You did.
All right, the next question. What's one drama you all collectively hate? I also did the same thing, but in reverse. I looked at
I'm
the bottom of your list.
Okay. I'm curious
I'm
what you found.
yeah,
Well,
because
actually,
I didn't
what did
know.
you guys put down?
I couldn't
Uh,
think of anything.
I
Like,
couldn't think of one either because
no.
I
Okay.
everything we sort of reviewed and talked about we kind of
Yeah.
enjoy. So
Yeah.
it's like it would have
I
been
basically was
stuff.
like, well, I didn't like this, but I know Jess did. I don't know about Liliana.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that across the board who hated what.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have two dramas here.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
One is a K drama, one is a C drama.
Okay.
Okay.
The K drama is The Bride of Habeck.
Oh my
Oh
God,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Terrible.
Who in the
Oh, fuck
hell
that
would
show.
hire an actress who hates water for that drama? Who in the hell would
Terrible.
hire her?
The K drama that started it all for Jess.
Literally. When I saw The Bride of Habeck like low on both of your lists, I said, "Oh, that's going on there for
Oh
sure."
yeah, that is terrible.
And then the second one, this is recent because this was a Tebak drama trio episode, Eternal Love of Dream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Such an
yeah.
upset. I was so mad.
Oh
I
my
was so
God, how
angry.
did I not think about? See, this is
I didn't
because
either. I didn't think about that one.
I think it's because
We
I
purged
watched
it from
it.
our
You
minds.
purged it, yeah.
We did.
Threw it out of my mind.
The next question. Do all three of you hate the ending to 25-21? Just curious because I thought it was a wise choice. All right. Who
I
I've
wants
liked
to
never
go
the
first?
seen
ending.
it.
Okay
Caitlin, you
then.
haven't seen it?
No, because do you think I would watch that drama?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think it's a Caitlyn
it
drama.
is not a me drama.
That's hysterical.
I know the
That's not
ending.
a-
I definitely know the ending by now, but no,
Okay.
I have never actually watched it.
For me personally, I liked the ending because I wasn't that keen on the romance. And yes, come at me. I know everybody's crazy for the romance, but I was like, I was more invested. I was more invested in the friendship between the two female leads than I
Very
was
true.
in the romance. So I think to me it was just a bittersweet memory of what first love could be like, and that was way more poignant than if they had ended up together. So
Yeah.
I liked the ending myself.
Yeah, I love the ending. And there's a whole Tebak review on 25,
Mhm.
25, 21 if you want to go back and listen to it. But I love the ending. I think it perfectly fits the couple, the setting.
Mhm.
Like that
Mhm.
show kicks off during the IMF crisis in the late 90s in Korea, how it basically economically shakes up the country, steals the dream of our female lead, and destroys the family of the male lead. And it's devastating. Like the whole intro to that show is devastating. And it's a coming of age story. It's about generational trauma with the female lead's daughter also going through a similar crisis with COVID-19 in present day. And I think the couple functions a lot like the La La Land couple, if you've seen that movie. They're a massive bright spot in each other's lives. They fundamentally change each other. They encourage each other and help each other achieve their aspirations, but not everything works out in life.
Mhm.
Like Liliana said, it's a bittersweet ending. They'll always love each other and be happy that they had that time together, but it just wasn't meant to be
To be.
forever.
Yeah. Yeah. So I totally
loved it.
agree.
Yeah.
I loved it. To me, it was just if they had ended up together, I feel like the drama wouldn't have hit the way it did for me by the end, personally.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah.
All right, next question. What's a drama you like where not so great writing was saved by killer chemistry?
Right. So for me, I had to take this question a little bit differently because to me, bad writing cannot be saved by anything. Like,
Same.
bad writing is just bad writing. And if the writing is something that I'm not enjoying, then I'm probably not going to enjoy most of the drama. So what I did was I chose a couple of dramas that I thought by the end of it, like the writing wasn't great, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I want my hours back kind of situation, if that makes sense, because the chemistry was good. So that's how I like took that, you know. So the first one would be, and these two kind of go hand in hand because they're not great dramas, but they're just for the fun of it. They're not that well written, and that would be Maid's Revenge and My Lethal Man. Like both of these are not
Okay, but
good
this is
dramas.
a genre.
Right.
You picked
Exactly,
Yeah.
from a genre.
exactly. But there is the other two, it is very much about the writing. So the first one would be Queen of Tears. I'm sorry, I've said it, but I am going there. The chemistry was insanely good. The acting between these two was really, really good. The writing wasn't it for me. Like, and I know it's going to be on a lot of many people's favorite, you know, dramas of the year, and that's cool. You know, we all have different tastes. To me
Mhm.
personally, I think the writing let the drama down a lot. And the next one is one that I still to this day cannot believe they mucked it up that much. And that would be Doom at Your Service with
Oh.
Seo Yeon
Mm.
Guk and Park Bo Young. The chemistry between these two was like palpable. The writing, no,
Hmm.
just no. So that was my choices, and I'm probably gonna get hated on or something, especially for Queen of Tears. But look, it is what it is. You asked, I answered. I'm taking no blame.
Yeah. You asked for it.
Yeah.
Caitlin. How about you?
I have two. One is Miss Goo, Who is Silent. It's a crime one. The
Mhm.
chemistry between these two leads is ridiculous. Like so good. Crime story, like it's kind of a generic crime story. There's like nothing special about it. It's not bad. It's just like it's generic, you know? The chemistry though, ooh, chef's kiss.
Ooh.
The other one, which was like a letdown because it's kind of two. So these two actors acted together in a drama, and again, it was a very generic like crime drama, but their chemistry sold it. And it was the couple in Mysterious Love. That's a C drama.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And because they were in a drama again called Love of Replica,
Mhm.
because
I
I think
remember
they
this.
wanted to like redo that like
Yeah.
magic of chemistry, it didn't work. Like both of the like even the chemistry didn't work in Love of Replica for some reason.
Oh
Like Mysterious
no.
Love
Mm.
was so much better, but both are like generic bodyguard romance dramas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the chemistry was what sold it more in
Yeah.
Mysterious Love than Love of Replica. But
Mhm.
yeah, so those were my two.
All right. I also have two. I don't want to say shots are about to be fired, but
Look, I already offended half of the K drama
you went
population
in with Queen of
with
Tears,
Queen
so
of
I'm going to
Tears.
take my cue from you. I have Alchemy of Souls Part 2.
Oh my God, I really should have put
Okay.
that one down. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I
because
100%.
what the fuck actually happened in this show? The only thing I remember
Shudder.
is the chemistry was on point.
It was. And everything looked pretty. Like I will give it that. It
It
got that
is
money,
one of the
but
most expensive K dramas ever made.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um, also there's a Tebak review, like a two-part Tebak review
Mm.
of Alchemy of Souls, both parts, if you want to hear my really raw thoughts on Alchemy of Souls. That's all I'll say about that. The second one is Snowdrop. Have you guys, I can't remember if you guys
I
have seen
haven't
No.
seen it.
Snowdrop.
So I did not go into this one because I was like, the setting doesn't really necessarily call to me. And I'm not gonna lie, oh God, if I say this, I'm gonna get even more hate. But having such a newbie actress go straight into a main lead role, I was,
You were hesitant.
doubting,
Yeah.
hesitant about it. So, and the drama itself didn't really call to me, so I didn't even bother going in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved Jisoo in this drama. She wasn't the problem. The problem was literally the writing and the way that they decided to, like, the decisions that were made were just all wrong. And there was a lot of controversy surrounding this
Mm,
show. But the one bright spot was Jung In and Jisoo. Like, they were so hot together.
mm.
Mm.
I thought and that's why everybody kept watching, was they were like, oh my God, what is going to happen to these two? I want these two to get together. I want these two to make it. I think after episode 2 or 3, I was like, they ain't going to make it. They're not
They ain't
gonna
gonna
make
make
it. There's no way in hell they're making it. But it was a really bad show that had two really compelling lead actors. And God damn, this was a bad show. It was just not good. But their chemistry literally saved it. That's the only reason to watch the show, is them two. Yeah. And the next question, moving right along. What's a show
I didn't
that
answer?
What are you talking about? I thought you did answer.
No, I
She
didn't
did.
answer.
You
What? I
did.
didn't?
You said Love of Replica and Mysterious Love.
Oh, I thought we were on the next question.
No.
No. We're going to
Oh,
the
my
next question
bad.
now.
My bad.
I was like,
I'm
I'm not going crazy.
I thought
You
that
did
I
answer
thought
this
you
question.
were okay. My bad.
I'm
Okay.
keeping that in.
You gaslight me. Oh my God. What's a show that you were surprised you enjoyed?
So for me, this is a show that I watched this year, and that would be Nirvana in Fire. And
Oh.
it wasn't because I didn't think I wouldn't enjoy it. I just didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did.
Gotcha.
It is straight up politics. There's no romance, and if there is, it's like the tiniest pebble in the, universe. It's very, very tiny. So it's straight up politics. It's straight up court politics.
Mhm.
And that's something that previously I would have hated to watch. It's just not something that I would have enjoyed watching. But as time has gone on and like my taste in dramas has changed and evolved, I I think I watched it at the right time. I was really loving a lot of historicals a lot more. I was enjoying politics a lot more if they were done right. And in
Mm.
Nirvana in Fire, it's like as good as they can get. It's like a master of politics, and it's done
Right.
really, really well, really, really smartly. And yeah, and I loved, because I reviewed Nirvana in Fire with Sarah from K Drama This, and her experience was she loved it even more than I did. And I really loved that back and forth with her because she had like little tidbits of information about the show that I really, really enjoyed learning about.
Mhm.
So that's one. It's not necessarily that I was surprised that I enjoyed it. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. And I did put another one down because I was like, I two. The other one is a Japanese drama, and it's an old Japanese drama. It's called Mother. And I absolutely cried my eyes out from beginning to end of this drama. And I knew going in it was going to be very much a crying fest. And because of that, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. But a couple of people had said it's really, really good. Honestly, you should watch it. It's so emotional, it's so well acted. And I went in and I really loved it. Like, it's such a good drama. And I know there's like a Korean remake, I think. I haven't watched
Yeah.
it.
It's
I've
just
only
as
watched,
good.
yeah,
It's
I haven't
just as
watched the
good. Both of
Korean
them are
one.
really good.
But yeah, it's a drama that I don't think I've really heard many people talk about it at all, but it's one that is incredibly sad, but it's incredibly hopeful at the same time as well. And like I said, at that point, I didn't really necessarily like dramas that made me cry, and that one I cried from episode 1 right to the end of it. It's like it is a crying fest, and I was there for every single episode of it. So that's my two choices.
Caitlin, what about you?
Okay, I have two. One is from this year. Again, I'm kind of in the same boat as Liliana. Like, I knew I would like it, but I didn't think I think it was a surprise of how good of a drama it was. Like, I anticipated it being a good drama, but like I didn't realize how good of it turned out to be. And that was the crime drama Crash. Like, going
Okay.
into it, I was like, okay, how are they going to do a drama about people who investigate crimes having to do with cars? Like, how many different crimes could you possibly make to make it interesting from beginning to end, and it honestly was fantastic. So I can see why they're doing a season two. The other one, which I think surprised me, but also surprised a ton of other people, that I like this drama because it's a romance, like it's a rom com, which I normally don't like. And that is My Roommate is a Gumio.
Oh,
I
you like that one? All right.
loved that
Bet.
drama. Like
I'm surprised.
I know, right? Like I watched the trailer and I was like, oh my God, Lee Hae Lee is gonna be so over the top. Like, I'm not gonna like this at all. She and my boy was chemistry up the wazoo.
Jang
Like
Ki-young.
she was, yeah, Jung Ki-yeon. She was over the top, but because his character was so deadpan, it
Yeah.
somehow worked. And like I didn't mind it as much. I thought I would hate it. I honestly thought I would hate it, and I didn't. And then I ended up like loving it. So it's one of my favorite rom-coms I've ever watched. So that one was just really surprising because I was like, I'm gonna watch this because my boy's in it, but I'm probably gonna drop it. Like I anticipated dropping it at immediately, and I didn't. So
All right. I like those two. So I had four. I'll narrow it down to two. The first one is Healer with Ji Chang-wook.
Oh.
It's because
Yeah.
I am not a big Ji Chang-wook fan.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to really like it. This is post the K2. I had watched the K2 on season 1 of Daebak, and I was like, yeah, not into it. And then I had picked Healer to watch on season, I don't know, 3 or 4 of Daebak. Man, I love this show. This was so much fun, and I really enjoyed it. It was very surprising to me. And then the second one, maybe it's basically I'll go with Prison Playbook because I am not huge on really long episodes of dramas that are hour plus, hour and a half. That's Prison Playbook. It's the same, I think, screenwriter and maybe director as the Reply series and Hospital Playlist.
Yep.
And those were fine to me. There's only one Reply show that I'm like, oh my God, I love the show. The rest are like, one I dropped, the other one I like barely got to the end because I was over it. But Prison Playbook I really enjoyed, I really liked, and that was surprising to me. So next question, is there a show you dropped but went back to and were surprised you enjoyed? I'll go first. No.
I'll go second. No. If I drop it, I drop it. Although that might change soon with just one single show. And it's because I am getting the worst FOMO ever. Like, and that's the currently airing Love of Nirvana with Ren Jialan. And I am like, this drama is everywhere on my FYP and everybody. And I watched 5 episodes and I was like, it isn't for me. I don't like what the female lead is like right now. And actually, I don't like any of the characters right now. And then I'm like watching clips from later on in the show.
You're like, wait a
minute. They're doing exactly what I was expecting. Like, they're doing what I wanted in the beginning, but they're just doing it a little bit later. And I'm like, God damn it, do I have to revisit this one? So I'm very tempted to revisit that one. So as of right now, the answer would be no. Possibly in a couple of days, that may change to a yes, depending on whether I go back to this one and whether I end up sticking out with it to the end or not.
Caitlin, how about you?
I'm also no. I don't think I have ever picked up a drama again that I dropped.
I mean, they're dropped for a reason. Like,
yeah.
And
there's so many dramas out there to watch. Like, why go back to one that you dropped?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, that was a very quick question.
Yeah. What's a topic or drama you 3 have totally different opinions on? I have a set of 3 of us can agree that we disagree on the drama. It's hard.
I think for one that I think not going off the drama, but a topic I think we can say we have different opinions on is like romance, crime, like the genres of dramas. I don't think we agree on I think our opinions differ on most genres. Like
true.
I like crime. You guys tend to not like crime or are very picky
take it or
about
leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like you guys like romance. I'm very picky on romance. Like I
Mhm.
think we all agree that we love the Sinsa and possibly
Yeah.
the wuxia. Like
Mm.
I think genre wise, I think there are definitely genres that we can
We have different
agree to
preferences. Yeah,
disagree or just at least have different opinions on and like what we like watching.
true.
Mm.
Liliana, did you have any thoughts, topics, or
No,
dramas?
like I don't think. Did you say a drama? Did you say a drama name? Because my audio went a bit funny. So did you actually
No,
say a drama?
no,
No,
no.
see, I, I don't think there is. Like the ones we've tended to talk about, we've tended to agree on most of it. Like I don't think there hasn't been that I'm sure it will happen at one point or another, but I think because we know what each of us like so well, the ones we have talked about are things that we tend to, be very close in terms of our opinions of it, and
It
the
will end up
others
being a
are like,
crime drama. We'll say that. When you review a crime drama with me, it will end up being a crime drama. I will love it and you guys will not, or something.
Damn.
I mean,
Or the other way
but
around. You guys will
it
like
could
it
be
and I'll
the
be
other way
super
around,
picky.
exactly. I mean, as of yet, I don't think there really is. Like Caitlin was saying, I think genres we can be different, but that's just like personal preference and what we tend
Yeah.
to enjoy. But apart from that, I think overall there isn't really anything where we have really strong opinions,
So
that are
I do
different.
have two. I have a set of dramas here, but I'll only pick two. One, it looks like Liliana hates it. One, it looks like Caitlin
I
dislikes
know
it.
exactly which one she's gonna say.
For you all, I think everybody already knows the one for Liliana. There's two for Liliana, but I'll pick one. It's Goblin.
Oh
Mm,
yeah, that's like, I mean,
mm.
and I don't necessarily hate the drama. I don't necessarily hate the drama. I'll say it again. The fandom put me off the drama. I think it was very much the fandom experience that I did not like because I was finding it really difficult to get into Goblin. And the fandom was just like, you have to watch it. And that you have to watch it has turned into, I really don't want to now.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Caitlin, talk to me about her private life because it looks like you don't like her private life.
So I liked her private life until the end.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
that like really messed it up for me. I
Okay.
was enjoying it. It was one of the rom-coms I actually was liking. And
Uh-huh.
then they had to go and throw that mess of an ending in.
It was
Uh
messy. It was.
yeah,
I'll
and
admit
I
It
that.
did not
was.
I got mad at it. I didn't like it.
Okay. All right.
That was why I gave it a low score.
Yeah, you did give it like a ridiculously low
I
score, and
did.
I was
I
like,
was
wait a minute,
so
wait a
mad
minute.
at that ending. Same with Crash Landing on You. I hated the ending because I
It's a
loved the second.
wishy-washy. They didn't even decide. Oh, the ending on Crash Landing on You is just like
Well, I like threw something at the TV because my favorite couple and that was the second couple.
the
And then
second
they
couple
did
dominated. You can't
and
tell me
then
otherwise.
they did what they did with the second couple and I was like depressed for days. That's another one. Like my boy was the second couple in that and I was so
Yeah.
excited and then I was like, why do you got to do me this dirty? Why?
It was dirty.
Like
It was foul. Okay.
it was so dirty. But
All
yeah,
right.
I that's the reason why I didn't like it. I did not like the ending of that drama at all.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Sank the ship. With dramas in general, do you ever hyperfixate on a certain genre to watch or actor slash actress?
Okay, I want to
Uh,
answer this first.
Go
Go
ahead.
for it.
So obviously, genre-wise, I hyperfixate on crime all the time. So I can't really say I hyperfixate, but I always want to. Like when I find an actor and actress I love, like I have a list of actors and actresses by country on my
Oh
drama
my.
list that I
Really?
always like mean to go back to and like watch their dramas. I never do. Like I am always all over the place. So I always have the idea that I'm going to do that and I'm going to like pick an actor and like maybe by month I'll watch like only their dramas or something. That hasn't happened yet. Like I can name on one hand mostly C drama actors actually, a couple K drama, but mostly C dramas where I have like watched all like almost all of their dramas
Mhm.
all just by happenstance, like not
Yeah.
like intentionally at all, except for maybe Alan Wren. That's it. And I still have a bunch of his dramas. And that's the other thing. The problem with me too is if I attempt to hyperfixate on a actor and actress, I end up stopping because I don't want to run out of their dramas to watch and have to wait
Right.
until a new one either. So I always have the intention of like going down the rabbit hole of a certain actor and actress. And if I ever start, like Liliana has an actor and actress series on mine, I will probably do that eventually, but
Alan Wren is first.
probably. But like the intention is there. I just don't do it. So genre wise, I don't really have one because I'm always watching the genre that I like. And yeah, so that's my answer.
For me, I don't hyperfixate on one genre in general because I tend to be a mood watcher. So it's just whatever I fancy in that day, in that specific month, in that specific week. It just depends. For actor and actresses, you guys may disagree because I'm sure everybody will be shouting, yes, but you've watched every Bailu drama out there. That isn't necessarily, I didn't watch them all at the time. I just tend to
Mm,
keep up, the dramas she does tend to interest me, and I like her acting, but I don't tend to hyperfixate on an actor or an actress because an actor or an actress cannot make a drama. If it's bad writing or bad directing, whatever it is, a good actor or actress can't save it. So I don't follow actors and actresses around and watch everything they've been in. But yes, I do have a couple that I kind of like enjoy and I keep an eye out for their works. And if it's something that interests me, then I'll watch it. But if not, I won't. Like, because I know there's some people that they will watch everything that actor or actress have been in, regardless of whether they're enjoying it or not. They'll stick it through to the end.
yeah,
And that's not me. If I'm not enjoying it, I'm gonna drop it regardless of who's in
same.
it. So I
Right.
don't think that I would necessarily hyperfixate in that way.
Yeah.
My answer is not anymore. I have a very similar answer to Liliana, where I'm a mood watcher and I watch what I want to watch. I hyperfixate on a certain genre. Sometimes I really want to watch a Shanxia, so I'll watch that for a few weeks. And then sometimes I just don't want anything to do with a Shanxia, so I don't watch it. So
Mhm.
it just depends. For actor and actress, I haven't done that since Lee Min Ho, like in 2012. So
Same,
Mm.
same.
yeah,
I think he's the only one that
bro.
I've hyperfixated because he was my first actor. So like that's
Yes.
the only one I've ever done it on.
Like I went down the rabbit hole with Lee Min Ho like
Yeah.
back in the day. But other than that, I really haven't gone and hyperfixated on someone's filmography
Yeah.
at all. Very much similar to Liliana's answer, where I can keep an eye on certain actors and actresses. There's ones that I really like, and I'll, pay attention to what they're doing. But if I watch something of theirs and I don't like it, I'm not gonna sit there and watch a shit show. So
Yeah.
I'll
I
just
think the
drop
other
it.
part is like I like actors. Like I'll look at the cast if a drama is announced and say like, hey, these people are going to be it. What really causes me to press play though is the synopsis. So I could care less who's in the drama, and if it's somebody I like in the drama, that's a plus for me. But I really pay attention to the synopsis over anything when choosing what dramas I'm watching. Like
You're a
it
plot
has to
person.
be a good story. I
Mm.
can't watch something that I need to care about the story in order to continue watching it or even click play on it.
Preach.
Yeah.
Next question. Has the recent Telegram slash deepfake scandal changed the way you watch K dramas?
Now,
I want
I
to say
didn't know.
no.
No, I don't think
I'll
so.
answer this.
Okay. Oh, Liliana,
So
why don't you give some background on what the scandal
yeah, go
is?
ahead,
So
Lilia.
yeah. So basically, I didn't know about this until this question was posed. I tend I sometimes am not necessarily up to date with everything that's happening in K drama land, just because C drama land takes me a lot. So basically, I went on the BBC website, and this was sort of their article. And basically, what's been happening is that on Telegram, there was a wave of pornographic material released via, the messaging app. And it was basically deep faked. So there was a lot of actors and actresses that were used in these, pornographic videos, and that was being released all over Telegram, and Telegram wasn't really doing anything about it. And then they ended up having to apologize to South Korea about it and like taking all their videos down. Because not only does obviously that is an incredibly bad invasion of privacy in general, but these deepfakes have become so good. Like, there's a couple on TikTok that are obviously not pornographic, but there's a couple on TikTok that you almost think it's real. And it's like they're becoming so good, which is worrying. And I think this actually happened. Oh my gosh, what drama was it? It was a drama that aired recently, either this year or last year, and one of the actors, they were used like it was the younger version of somebody, and everybody was looking. And I think I've reviewed this drama with one of you. I think it was Jess, but now I cannot remember about this. But they basically, the younger version was a deep fake. It was like AI, and people didn't know. Everybody was looking for the younger actor.
It was Sonsoku,
Yeah,
Yes.
it was the Paradox one.
A Killer Paradox.
They
Yes,
took his face.
exactly.
Yeah. They took his
Yes.
face. Yeah.
So I think that's the only like thing that I've, seen on it. But I don't think it has changed the way that I kind of watched it, because again, I didn't know about it until I saw, this question. But Caitlin, you had, I think, an answer as well.
Yeah.
I'm just like, so I mean, along with this, it wasn't only just like celebrities that whose face was being named. Like, what was horrible, what was even more horrible
I
about
think
it
this
is
is
like
more
people,
horrifying.
like
Go
people
into
were
it.
using their moms, their sisters, their classmates as well. So
Middle
it was like a
schoolers,
much bigger than
elementary
just
school
like
kids,
celebrity. Yeah, it was much
high
bigger
school
than
kids.
just like celebrity in general. The
Yeah.
sad thing I'm gonna say though is like this isn't the first time it's happened, even in Korea. Like there's been multiple incidents of this type of stuff over the years. Like that has been reported, both celebrities doing it, but also just another thing like this where things have come out online and they have prosecuted people and whatever. And I think the problem with me honestly is like I watch a lot of crime stuff. My entire background is crime stuff. Like I watch some dark stuff, and honestly this type of stuff, I'm gonna have to admit, like doesn't phase me much, because I think I wouldn't say I mean, I still obviously feel like horrible about it. Like it's not something anybody should go through and like should realize and like whatever. But like I kind of think of like, even if we didn't know about the situation, it was still going on when we were watching dramas. And there's something always happening in the dark web, always happening in the
Yeah.
background. Some horrendous crime is always going on, whether we know about it or not. And so for me, it really hasn't changed what I have, like my practices of watching dramas, because I'm still going to be watching those crime dramas. I mean, it's just for me, like there's always something bad happening whether you know about it or not. So unless it's like somebody like for example, we had the one that came out a couple years ago with a bunch of celebrities involved and they all got arrested. Like of course I'm not gonna listen to any of their music or like watch any of their dramas anymore. Like if I know they're gonna be it or they were in it, like I obviously avoid those people. But like I'm not going to change something just because I find out about it, because I know there's always something in the background going on. Like there's always a bad thing going
I see what
on.
you're saying. You're like, these
Whether
people are not
you know
angels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, and that's not just like just South Korea too. Like there is something
Every
bad on the dark
celebrity.
web or any dark web thing. Like there's a reason why I don't really attack. Like I like actors, I like actresses, I have favorites, but I don't idolize them. Like I
Yeah.
don't
No.
like I don't think like they can do no wrong, that type of thing. Like I always have a very realistic view of these are people, and yes, they are good right now, but I'm very, very cynical. And like
I'm with you.
like, and that's just like my
I
background, what
agree.
I watch all the time. Like I don't think anybody is above the law or like anything. Like I have a very realistic view of life, probably a more cynical crime ridden view of life. So honestly, I mean, I'm not one to say I wasn't surprised. Like, obviously, it's a horrendous crime that happened, and it's sad.
You're disappointed but not surprised.
Yeah, and I'm not phased by it because it's happened before. Like, that's the thing. I think it would be different if like this was the first time we'd ever heard of something like this, whether in Korea or in the United States. Deepfake videos have been around forever. Forever,
Mhm.
and they've just been getting better and better, better, especially on the dark web. So I'm sure this is not the only time we're going to hear about it, and whether in Korea or at all, and that's sad to say, but I'm just not surprised by it because it's
Mhm.
happened before already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially now that we're living in the post Diddy world
Yes, yeah,
where
exactly.
every literal celebrity that you can think of has been to a Diddy party.
Yeah,
Like, what
yeah,
are you going to cancel every piece of media that you have because somebody went to a Diddy party? It's like, I don't know. Like, it depends on you as a person. It depends on your own set of moral standards and how cynical or not cynical you are and how you idolize or view these people. If you think these people are conduits for moral order and are you look up to them and stuff, then it's gonna hit you harder than maybe me and Caitlin, who are kind of like jaded about the whole thing and like these people shit like the rest of us. They have people on staff that they pay to literally not let this kind of scandal come and see the light of day.
yeah,
They have
At the
people that
end,
are on staff that are making sure that every misdeed that they do is hidden.
mm, I mean, at the end of the day, these are people. We can appreciate their work, but we don't know them. Like, we
exactly,
don't know them.
exactly.
So we can't be saying, oh no, they'll never do anything bad. Like, that's not my opinion of it. If like a favorite actor, actress, idol, or whatever does something, my hope is that they get punished as they should by the law, whatever
Exactly.
is
Yeah.
happening. They are people. They are people and they should not be held, you know. It swings both ways. They shouldn't be held to these unattainable moral standards, but they also should not be held in a place where they can do no wrong. At the end of the day, we're all people, we're all shades of grey. It is what it is. So I would agree with you both. I think so, not everybody is like good people. And it's like we had big cases of this in the last 2 years in Chinese drama land. They've
Hmm.
had bad people come out left, right, and center. And there was people, fans that were completely heartbroken because they idolize these people. And I'm just like, that would not be me. Like I would be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Right.
I would be,
Couldn't be
oh,
me.
okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
would be like, okay, well, that's a bad person. Okay, I'll choose to not watch their stuff or I'll choose to like step away from their work. But you know, that
Yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah.
And the sad thing too is like human nature, and we know this, like there's a reason why true crime is so popular in general.
Mhm.
There's gonna be a drama about this. There's gonna be a movie. There's gonna be
Oh, I'm
something
sure.
made. And that's just kind of human nature. It happens with crime stuff all the time. So it's like it's one of those things where there's a reason why dramas, TV shows, movies use their platform to talk about these crimes or talk about these social issues because they know that it will get people to watch them. It will get people to know what to not to do or what to do in certain
Mhm.
situations. Like it's a teaching platform, but also they sensationalize stuff because people will watch them. So sadly, I will not be surprised if there's a drama about deep fakes coming out in the next 5 years or a movie
Mhm.
or something, or
Mhm.
even like a true crime documentary. Like it happens all the time.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on. Next question. C drama Rex for a beginner. In parentheses, they say watched Hidden Love. Wifty is on watch list, plus the big fantasy ones.
So
Okay.
Wifty would be when I fly towards you.
Mm.
Thank you.
That would
Thank
be
you.
the the other drama they've watched.
You can tell I've never shortened when I fly towards you to
Oh,
the acronym Wifty.
I shorten it all the time. But the thing is, I think it's just like it goes hand in hand. If you watch Hidden Love, you tend to watch, when I fly towards.
Yeah. The
Um,
same writer, right?
no, it's not the same writer. It's based on the
That's what it is.
author. Yeah, the author is the same author for both novels of the of Hidden Love and When I Fly Towards You. So that
All
would
right.
be
So
why.
when they said they watched Hidden Love and now Wifty is on the watch list, I'm concerned because all of my recs are very angsty. Uh, that doesn't at all compute with Hidden Love and When I Fly Towards You. So maybe you guys
Mm.
go first. I don't know.
So this, I actually have like a planned episode where I'm going to go through because to me, these kinds of questions are always semi difficult to answer in the sense that, yes, you can get like a little idea, but I prefer to ask people like, what are some of your favorite dramas? Because you can guess a lot and you can guess what kind of genres they like.
Uh-huh.
And I think I prefer to recommend genre related rather than a whole
Yeah.
list of dramas
Mm.
because people tend to gravitate towards something. And like from that comment, it seems to be youth dramas, but I'm like, those are two of the biggest youth dramas out there. So did you gravitate towards it because it's something that was really big? But I also put, so for youth, I put Time and Him Are Just Right. That is a really good C drama of basically you meet them kind of in high school and you follow them along into college and then into adult life. I really liked it. It's, a really, really nice drama. It is the female lead that stars in it is the same female lead from My Journey to You, and she plays a completely different character here. So it's Lu Yu Xiao. I really like her. So this one's quite a nice one. I also put down Our Secret, which stars the
Mm.
same male lead from Hidden Love. So that's Chen Yuan. That is very much a much more high school kind of drama because the drama is more centered basically around their high school years. You do get a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
college towards the end. And his character is very, very different. He's much more closed off. He's, your typical kind of more cold male lead. And then I had to put one on here. Technically, it's youth. Technically, it's not because you don't see them go to college or, school, but they are in that era of turning from, younger people into their adult era. And that would be Amidst a Snowstorm of Love from this year. It gives you Hidden Love vibes in a
Mm.
sense. It's Roulet. I mean, can't
I
go wrong
mean,
with Roulet. Enough said. Um,
uh-huh.
because so yeah, that's kind of what
For
I
youth.
went with. But you can also see from those, you can also go found family kind of,
Mm. Yeah.
so you could go down that route. And for that, I have something called It's Memory of Encaustic Tile. And that is basically it's similar to Reply 1988 in the terms in the terms that at the beginning they all live in this alley and they kind of like all of their parents know each other, they work
Mm.
together, and the kids have kind of like grown up together, and you have this group of kids that have you know been friends since forever and go to school, and it's kind of like them discovering, and it does get sad in certain parts. I will put that out there now. It does get a bit tragic in certain parts. It's life, it happens. So that's why that one has more of a life feel to it, but you can still call it like a youth drama at the same time. I mean, I could go on because you could go down the fantasy route, you could go down the
Yeah.
historical route, but you know I
Yeah.
actually want to do an
I would
episode where
add,
I go through
I
genres.
think I have two more to
Mm,
add. For youth, Unrequited Love from 2019 has
yeah,
my whole heart. I love that
yeah.
show. And then we covered this one, but it wasn't my cup of tea, but it might be your cup of tea. Meet Yourself for
I
like
love Meet Yourself.
found family,
Mm.
nice, slow burn slice of life. That show also will be very relaxing. A watch for
I
you.
also had that one down, but I was like, do I mention it again?
Yeah, I'll mention it. I'll go ahead and mention it. Caitlin, do you have Rex?
Okay, so I have one. So that kind of just fit the listen. If you want crime reps, come and see me. If you want if you want romance mixed with crime, come and see me. Um, so I have one that kind of fits the youth aspect of it. It's
Yeah.
mixed in with a little fantasy, but I think this was the best option I had, and I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely adore it. Is Hikaru no Go. It
Oh.
is about like two boys in middle school slash high school. Um, and they one boy is like a very, very strict Go player and has grown up like that all his life. And he's like a champion Go player.
Yeah.
Other boy, who is the main guy, he finds this, it's based off an anime, who, like, I love this anime in the 90s, but finds this Go board in the attic, unlocks a ghost that's in it, and the ghost teaches us how to play Go. And the mission is to win so many games to like get this ghost free from being trapped to this game.
Uh-huh.
And the whole concept is like he's learning to play Go, but then also becoming friends with the more strict Go player boy. And they're kind of have this relationship through this game. And then he has this relationship with this ghost. And then they also have a relationship with other kids in their school. And I adore this C drama. Like you have a small bromance going on. It's just like I cried my eyes out. Like it is one of the
God.
best Chinese dramas I've ever seen in my life. Granted, I'm probably really biased because I like the anime a lot, but it was like a huge surprise for me because I went in saying like there is no way they can make a good C drama based off of this anime that is like 30 years old. Like there's no way they're going to live up to this anime, and they absolutely did, and it was gorgeous and really good. That was like my only thing I came up with because that is the only like youth thing I could think of, like even remotely close to it. So that's my
They
one
also said they
suggestion.
had big fantasy ones on their C drama Rex list, so I'm assuming they have
Yeah.
Till the End of the Moon, Eternal
Love
Love,
between,
aka Ten
yeah.
Miles of Peach Blossoms, Love Between Fairy and Devil, Love and Redemption.
Ashes of
Maybe
Love.
yeah, yeah. What was
Mhm.
that one? Say that one again. I was talking.
Ashes of Love.
Ashes of Love.
Back from
Those
the
are
Brink would be a popular one that came
Back
out
from the
this year.
Brink.
So
Yeah.
if they've been on the you know,
I
fantasy
I could
train, they would have been.
right. I would possibly add the Starry Love.
Mm.
I would also love to add the historical Love Like the Galaxy, which we mentioned earlier. I would also add Story of Kunming Palace, which is also a historical. And then if you want something lighter, you could do Romance of Tiger and Rose, which is like a historical, but like comedy. Like, anyway. And then
I
this is the last rec that I have. This is really, really angsty. It's gonna break you in half. But goodbye, my princess.
I
I
was gonna
have to say, I have to say, it'll break you in half.
Okay. I have another rec, and it's more of like on the lighter side of mystery, and it has
Okay.
romance in it, so don't worry.
Okay.
But I recommend Maiden Homes.
Okay.
It's
Maiden
like a
Homes is really good.
historical, like mystery one. And then the other one I recommend that's a little more like it's still a mystery. Well, I have two. It's still a mystery, but it's like not as dark is Ancient Detective. It's a historical mystery drama about a group of people who investigate stuff. And then the other one I'll recommend is General's Lady, which I love that
Generously.
C drama,
It's
which
really
is
good.
just
Yeah, I really love
yeah,
that one.
like a
I
woman
w-
who was made to marry somebody and then they fall in love later.
yeah.
Okay.
I would say if they are wanting to do that jump between fantasy into just straight up historical, a really, 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 and I cannot emphasize this enough, really good intro into that is New Life Begins. It's a really easy watch of a Chinese drama. It is very focused. It is all in court politics, but it's so easy politics for you to follow along. Like, it's the perfect intro for somebody to like go from being somewhere where, it's the perfect from fantasy and you want to go historical. Because, like, if you're just starting out, sometimes it can get a little confusing when you have such major casts and like moving pieces in historicals. So I think like New Life Begins is really easy. And all of the it's very focused on the female characters. There is romance, but it's focused on this group of female characters and their journey and like their becoming independent. Basically, there's like 12 princes, and there's this thing where there's 12 regions. Each region sends out a female to marry one of the princes. And it's kind of like the story kind of develops from there because some of them don't want to be there. Some of them were princesses themselves and now have to kind of like restructure their whole way of life. So it's a really, really good intro. And I would be remiss to not mention it. But if you like youth and you like found family, then I mean, is there any other rec? Then go ahead.
Go
It's the
ahead.
perfect balance
Yep.
of both
I was
things.
waiting for this one the whole time.
Well, because I didn't know. Like, I literally have crime thriller, rom-com, historical. I literally wrote down
Yeah,
Rex
a
for
whole
every
bunch.
single, yeah, for every single one. But I was like, I don't know if we're going to be recommending for every single genre.
Yeah,
So,
no, we'd
but
be here all day. Like,
yeah, so
we'll just stick
Yeah.
to youth and slash found family and then
yeah,
fantasy slash
but
historical.
go ahead. I highly recommend you watch it before the Korean drama. Like,
The remake.
there's going to
Yeah.
be a K drama remake. I highly, highly recommend you watch the Chinese original first. But that's just me because I'm very biased towards it. But yeah, that would be, I think, I think Go Ahead is like one of those that will fit into those categories so well, across the board. So yeah.
Nice. All right, my last question from my set is good movies, movie recs. Sorry, good movie recs. Okay, so
Just your bread
I
and
have.
butter.
I only have three.
So-
I only like put down three
I
for
have
this,
four.
so
I have
because
four.
I knew Jess would
Okay,
come in with like a list.
what? Why don't you guys go first? Because when I started putting my list together of like my favorite ones, my top rated ones based on my letterbox, I was like, wait a fucking minute. They are all really dark. Like I barely had any romance, rom-com. They were all sort of intense. And then I was like, is this all that I am? So anyway, why don't you guys go first? Why don't you guys go
I
first? And I'll follow it up.
saying that, my first recommendation, it is my favorite movie that I've ever watched out of Asian drama land. It is dark. It's not necessarily
Oh,
a rom-com fluffy drama, but that is the Chinese drama from 2019, Better Days. This
Better Days.
movie is
Okay. I've
so
wanted to watch this one.
incredibly good. It's really, really, really good. But there is definitely violence in there. There is
Oh,
mistreatment. There's a lot. It's basically about these two people that are both in very dark places and them coming together and kind of learning to come out of those dark places. But it doesn't necessarily
mm,
have a happy ending, like, basically the MDL description is really short. It just reads, the film revolves around a girl who is being bullied at school and her relationship with a tough street kid with whom she is implicated the murder of a teenage girl. So that is like
what?
the
Wait, the
story.
last part.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically there's a murder, they're both implicated. So it's not necessarily going to be a happy-go-lucky movie. There's none of that here, guys. But when I tell you, this is so incredibly good. The acting is insanely good. It stars Zhu Dongyu and Jackson Yi, and it just watch it. Like, be prepared with tissues, and if you don't like heavier stuff, then this might not be for you, but I still think it's very much worth a watch. So this is like one of my highest rated movies ever. Um,
Wow.
the next one is a 2023 drama, not drama. Why do I keep calling them drama? 2023 movie, and it's called All These Years. And this one is much fluffier, but it does still carry some violence and some like bullying and stuff like that. So basically, there is this girl who is not, she's very clever, but her parents aren't great. So she manages to get into like this school. But this school, it's meant to be a really good school, but there's bullying, there's, stuff happening, and they end up, she meets a guy there and they end up falling in love. They end up getting separated and they end up, meeting years later. But like I said, there is bullying, there is of that aspect of it. And this movie is actually part of like a shared universe worth of movies. So there's quite a few other ones that go hand in hand with this. One of them being Unrequited Love, Jess. So it goes
I
like
perked up so much.
yeah, they're all in the same kind of universe. So it's a set of like movies and dramas that all
Oh,
belong to the same universe. So and this stars Sun Qian and Zhang Qinchang, which I adore this actor. He's in Go Ahead, he's in a bunch of stuff and he's a brilliant actor. It also stars Liu Dan, who is the I'm just going to say bomb lady in Reset, and you guys are going to know who I'm talking about,
the
right?
bomb lady.
Yeah. So she's in this movie as well. So, And then lastly, the last one I will say is a 2021 movie, and it's called Upcoming Summer. This one is much, much on the
Oh, I
fluffier
also wanted to
side.
watch this one. It's Wu Lei is in this.
Yes, it stars Wu Lei and it stars Zhang Zifeng. This one is lighter in topic. Yeah, this one is a lot lighter, I think. So like on the tags, on the genres, you have music, romance, youth on MDL. So you can tell this one's gonna be much lighter. It's basically like these two are wanting to do they have to go through the college entrance exam. One of them fails, and it's like, that whole story of it. So yeah, I really like. So these would be the three I would recommend for
Nice.
movies.
Caitlin, you're up.
Okay, I think I have
Wait, these are all
four.
Chinese movies, by the way.
No,
Yes,
mine
mine
are
are.
not. Yeah,
Oh,
Liliana's is all Chinese.
yeah.
I do not have all Chinese movies.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is a Chinese movie. And that is the Yin Yang Master Dream of Eternity. It's on Netflix. It's on
Oh, you
from
watched it. Oh, how
2020.
was
Oh
it? So
yeah.
it's good.
It was great. It was so good.
Oh, okay, great.
This is the one with Mark Chow and Deng Lun. There's another adaptation that they did, I think that same year, I want to say. That is good, but like not as good, I should say. But I mean, it has a ton of adaptations. It's like a really famous story in general. But if you like fantasy, gods, goddesses, that type of thing, you will love this movie. It was like fantastic CGI, that type of thing. Um, and then I would be remiss to not name this along with the gods. Probably some of the best Korean movies I've ever watched in my life. And I need movie 3 and 4 already. This movie or these like this movie franchise is about a guy who dies, and the whole movie story is like him navigating through the afterlife with like guardians and everything and what happens. The budget for this movie is insane, and I absolutely love them. It is like it's not always happy. It's like not it's realistic, I would say. It's not like dark, but there are dark moments. It's not like all the way happy, but there are happy moments. It's just like it's a guy going through the afterlife, like what you would imagine going through afterlife is.
Huh.
Yes, Jess, you have something to say?
No, I was just
Oh, okay.
quick exclamation going, huh?
The other movie that I absolutely loved, I have not seen the C drama version of it. I watched this movie a really long time ago, and I still remember loving it. Is This Is Not What I Expected from 2017, and it is the movie version of Dating in the Kitchen with Zhao Lushi, and I adore this movie. Like, I don't know where you can watch it nowadays. I watched it on Viki back in the day, but it first off, the male lead in this is a Japanese or not a Japanese. Yeah, he's a Japanese Taiwanese actor. So like his look is just very unique compared to like anything else I had seen at that point. Very good looking in my opinion. And then it also stars Zhao Dong Yu. Yeah. Also stars Zhao Dong Yu. So it just like I adored this casting. I adored the story. This was way before Dating in the Kitchen even existed. And I have not watched the drama version personally. So
I have.
will, yeah. So I will
Okay.
always recommend this movie knowing the
Oh,
drama now exists, but I prefer the movie, but I also have not watched the C drama, so I don't know.
I have a review on it, and it's okay. That would be my. It's okay. Like dating in the
it's
kitchen,
fine.
it's okay. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
If you like food though, this has a lot of food porn in it. Like
Mm.
a lot of food shots, a
Mhm.
lot of tasty shots. Their chemistry is really good in my opinion. So I will always say that movie because it's a romance, which again is nothing like I normally gravitate towards. And then I have oh god, I have so many movies I like. Okay, the last one I'm gonna do. If you like movies like Train to Busan
Oh
or
God.
like Kingdom, the K drama, I highly recommend The Flu. It's a Korean movie from 2013.
You're going
And
nuts over here. The flu? Oh
The
my
Flu,
God.
I loved it. It's so
Okay.
good. It's dark. It's really
Yeah.
dark. So if you like things like Train to Busan or you like um Kingdom or like zombie stuff,
This is the
like
same okay, I
apocalyptic
have to
stuff.
say this question was asked by the same person who wanted C Drama Rex for beginner and watched Hidden Love and Wifty and was talking about big fantasy. So
That's why I said my Chinese movie because I knew that was a little more romance.
okay. All right.
But anyway, so that's my fourth rec. I have a couple more, but I'm not gonna say them. So there you go.
Okay. So my huge I don't actually watch that many Chinese movies. I need to pick it up. I need to pick up the pace. But the ones that I'll recommend from China, three are more romance, but they're kind of like sad romance. So it's The Palace,
Okay.
Secret, and Us and Them.
Hmm.
These are all kind of vibey. One's historical, and then two are more modern day, set in modern day. And then I have two wuxia movies. I have Fearless with Jet Li, and then I have Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Because if that's like a basic, you have to
Right.
watch Crouching Tiger,
Yeah.
Hidden Dragon. I own it because I love it so much, and I watch it like once a year.
I
And
own the
then for
soundtrack on like
oh
CD.
oh oh,
Like I've
it's
listened to that so
so
many
good.
times.
Yeah, yeah. And then for Korean movies, I ended up seeing a pattern of like I like those dark ass Korean movies that like
Mhm.
psychological thrillers,
Yep.
uh like they just
Parasite,
fuck you up.
that type of
So
thing. Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, oh no, I can't give this person who's over here watching Hidden Love and Wifty like the handmaiden and like silenced and
Such a
like all
good
of these like
movie.
these are excellent
Oh,
excellent movies.
such a good
I'll just go
movie.
ahead and give that list and won't explain any of it. So this is the dark list.
The
Hmm.
dark list.
Trademark pending. The dark list trademark pending. Train to Busan.
Just wait. We're gonna have my podcast to talk about all the dark stuff, and then we'll just save the light
Oh,
stuff to you guys.
okay, great. Well, but I do dark stuff too sometimes.
I
But this
know,
is
I know.
when
I
I
get
I
saw
you.
also
this list
did
of movies,
some.
I was like, oh god. So the dark list is Train to Busan,
Hmm.
Parasite,
Hmm.
The Man from Nowhere, The
Oh, so
Handmaiden,
good. So good.
Silenced, The Beauty
Uh-huh.
Inside, which is a romance, but if you've seen the show, the K drama, it is fucking nothing like
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah.
Like the vibe is totally
But
different.
I
And
also
then
love the movie
Masquerade.
version. Oh, such a good
Masquerade.
choice.
Oh
Mm.
Oh,
god,
so
Masquerade.
good.
I've watched Masquerade as well.
Yeah, it's good shit. All right. So
Mm.
this is the lighter list, but still kind of like sad love. I'm like fucked. Like when I locked when I saw the list of Korean movies that I had seen, I was like, I need help because I just love the angst. But these are all technically like romance. You could classify them as romances. So
Mm.
A Werewolf Boy is
Okay.
one of my favorite Korean movies ever.
Mm.
I cannot heap enough praise on it. Song Joong Ki is in it. Park Bo Young is in it. That's all I'll say. Tune In for Love with Chung Hin and Kim Go Eun, which I feel like it's made the rounds for the K drama editors have like found Tune In for Love and they've made edits of it. So it's around. You can find some edits of it if you want to see the vibe and what it's about. Always with Han Hyo Joo and
Yeah.
Soji Sub.
Hmm.
Oh my
I
god.
cried my eyes out during that
Oh,
one.
same, same. And then I also have Love 911.
Oh. Okay.
which is almost
Okay.
like a
Mm.
rom-com.
Yeah.
That's the most
Yeah.
rom-com out of all of the movies that I gave.
Okay, I'm also gonna name one, which only because it's Halloween coming up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Spellbound. Spellbound.
Spellbound with Lee Min-ki and
Such a
Sonia
it's a
Jin.
dark it's like darkish because it's Halloween-esque,
It's very
but
bewitched.
it's bewitched, yeah.
It's
But like
yeah.
it's a romance, but like there's definitely some dark moments because it's like it's a ghost drama, essentially. Love that movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
looking at my list, just it was like all crime stuff or like Tunnel where I'm trapped in a car for like an hour and a
Oh
half.
my god.
Or like or like or all of a sudden I have like Midnight Runners. It's just like
Midnight Runners, yeah.
most of mine are crime or action or like the flu-esque where I'm trying to survive the
Yeah.
apocalypse. Like that is
Some
my
sort of
movie.
apocalyptic event. Like I have
Yeah.
so many zombie movies on here.
Yes.
Hashtag alive, zombies for sale, Train to Busan. Like
Yeah.
I'm a mess. Anyway,
I for
Liliana.
me, for me, I that is my plan for next year is to up my movies. I currently only have 18 movies that I've ever watched in terms of Asian movies. That's it. That's it. And I know sacrilege. I haven't watched Parasite and I haven't watched Train to Busan and all of those really big movies. So that is my plan for next year is to throw in a couple of like movie reviews into Tea and Soju and
Nice.
get up those, those numbers for movies because they are a lot easier to just like watch and review because they're a lot shorter.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
that's the plan for next year.
All right, Liliana.
Right. Uh now we're on to the next batch of questions.
Oh my god.
So
There's so many questions.
there's so many guys. I think we've been here for about an hour and 50 minutes already. I'm just saying. But it's going to be a long one. I mean, it is what it is. Look, we're celebrating 1 year of Drama Trio. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to split this. I'm just going to put it all out in one go. So the first question is there a drama you agree on that you would like to be in? I don't know.
See, my problem is I'll like name a drama and then I'll overthink it and being like, do I really want to be in that time period or do I really want to be
Exactly.
like in that scenario? Like, look, I watch crime dramas. I would never want to be in a crime drama though, because honestly, I'd probably be a victim and die in episode 1. Like, I
wouldn't be the cool detective who figures it all out.
Or I'd be the detective. I'll be like the puppy dog stereotypical detective that dies in episode 13 out of 16. Like it's like one of those. So I would say for me, no. Mainly just because I overthink it and I'm like, I don't want to be in that time period, or I don't want to be a woman in that time period, or I don't want to be in this scenario, or whatever.
If I was going to say one, it'd be something like Meet Yourself or something, because I mean, I
Same.
wouldn't mind like sitting around and watching those views and just taking like life
Lazing
slower
about.
for a little bit. So
Yeah.
that would probably be the only one that I would be like, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that for, a
I
little
had
bit.
Meet Yourself on my list as well.
Yeah.
Because there was something about that small ass town with like one
All the
hot guy in
grandmas.
it.
Yeah, one
and-
hot guy. just a singular hot guy.
The singular hot guy who's like onto you. I'm like, yeah. Give me that. It's really cute. It's so quaint. So I had Meet Yourself. I also had Unrequited Love because there was something about the vibe on that one of like you're on the cusp of like starting your career, your life, and then you're starting this relationship that's been in the ether in your life for so long. So I don't know, I just really liked Unrequited Love. And then the last one that I was like, I would sign up for this today. Like if you gave me a contract to sign up to be in this drama and just get sucked in right now, I'd do it. Our Beloved Summer.
Oh my god, yes 100%.
I'd do it in a heartbeat because oh god,
we've been wanting to rewatch that drama for ages. I adore Our Beloved Summer. Absolutely adore. I mean, I still remember, and this has been years since I've watched it, episode 11, that scene. Oh, and you know exactly, it's the rain scene with V singing in the background. I mean, perfection. I can see it all happening, even all of these years later. So, yeah, I love that drama. I absolutely love that drama. So that would probably, yeah, those types of worlds. Because, like, I don't necessarily want to be, I love, like, Till the End of the Moon. I don't want to be in it. I'd be dying constantly.
No.
Like, even if you're the main lead, you're dying constantly. You're in pain for
The whole
95% of
time.
the show.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
My
So-
primordial spirit would be in pieces every episode. It'd be a
exactly.
mess. Yeah.
So, no, thank you. So, next up, we have favorite feel good drama that you rewatch. Jess.
I also put Unrequited Love. I don't know why this has come up so much because I don't rewatch dramas all that often, but I had Unrequited Love on here. That's C drama. I also put Summer Strike because that K drama, I don't know, it like hits something right. And I thought it was so relaxing and chill. And yeah, there's like a weird crime thing in there, but I still really love the vibe of it and the message of it. So Summer Strike as well.
What about you, Caitlin?
So the problem I have with this question is one, I don't watch a lot of feel good dramas. I mean, for like what people would think is a feel good drama.
But the
Like,
thing is, it's feel good to you. Like,
yeah.
that's what I would take the question as, is like, what's feel
Yeah.
good to me? And that might not be the same as the next person along, and that's totally fine.
So like my feel good dramas is I watch crime dramas and like they catch the bad guys. Like that's my feel good type of drama. I also don't really rewatch dramas.
That's my
I've
problem.
rewatched more in like the last year or so because we've been doing podcast reviews on them. Like before that, I would watch, like I'd rewatch scenes like Eternal Love, 10 Miles of Peach Blossom. Like I would rewatch scenes of them, but I'd never rewatched a drama until we did that review. Or so it's kind of the same with like the only drama that I have rewatched multiple times is Goblin. And I guess like that's my answer. Like the other one, I guess would be like a feel good would be like Reset, but that's a feel good for me. Like I love Reset.
Yeah.
Mm,
What
I
about
probably
Stranger?
Oh, I do love Stranger. Yeah, that's true. I would,
Okay.
I have rewatched Stranger like 3 times. So it's probably Stranger, Goblin, and then probably Reset,
Nice.
and then scenes
So
of other dramas.
for me, I have the same thing as Caitlin. I don't really rewatch dramas. I
None of
rewatch
us really do.
scenes. But guys, there's only so many hours in the day, and the next show
Yeah.
comes along, and I mean, so
Yep.
but I have put down, because to me, feel good is those almost very cozy dramas that yes, not a lot happens, but I like just going in, checking in on the characters, and then coming back out like a moment of peace and calm while you're watching. There's not any major drama in it. That to me is my feel good kind of drama. So that would be stuff like Go Ahead, Meet Yourself, Amidst a Snowstorm of Love, Road Home, those types of dramas. Now, Go Ahead, I have rewatched because I reviewed it for the podcast. I still loved it. Amidst a Snowstorm of Love, I haven't rewatched, but I've watched a lot of scenes. Obviously, Meet Yourself, I have rewatched because we reviewed it over on the Daybuck pod. So, those types of dramas are my type of feel good drama, I would say. So, next up is how many episodes do you watch before deciding to drop a drama?
Should I go
So
first?
I'm pretty brutal. It could be one episode. It could be 15 out of 16 episodes. I'll drop whenever. But for K dramas, it's generally 2 or 3 episodes. For C dramas, it's generally 5 to 10 episodes.
That would be my rule of thumb. If it's a K drama, 3 or 4 episodes should be enough, depending on the length of the K drama. But for C dramas, you just need to give it that little extra. So, 5 to 10 would be what I would give it as well. What about you, Caitlin?
For K dramas, I usually do about 4. Like I try to do like the first 2 weeks. But I have dropped stuff after the first episode too, or the first, like the second, like doesn't really matter. With C dramas, yeah, I kind of try to give at least 5, if not like 7 to 10, that range. But again, I have dropped dramas in like episode 2. I have like watched dramas up to like the last episode and finished it just to finish it and then like hated watching it in terms of K drama, C drama, anything. So, but yeah, normally it's like 4 episodes for K dramas, like 7 to 10 for C dramas, and then I kind of just fit the 4 episodes within J drama, like any other genre that, like any other country that doesn't have the length of C dramas. So C dramas get a little longer, but normally it's like 4 episodes if it's not Chinese dramas.
So next up, see, we're getting through these a little bit quicker now. So next up is, given your active social media presence as a podcaster, how do you avoid spoilers? The the easiest way would be to
Okay.
not be on social media. That's probably like
Yeah.
the only way to avoid them, because people are brutal these days. Like, the episode will air and within about 2 minutes there's spoilers everywhere. It is
Yeah.
wild how spoil culture is just completely out of control now. There's just no like respect at all. And for me, it drives me up the wall because like I don't mind spoilers at all. I'm an avid spoiler lover. Like, you can tell me the end of the drama and it does not bother me whatsoever. But I know that's not the case for most people. Most people, if they see a spoiler, they might not even watch the drama anymore. So I feel like
Mhm.
there should be at least like 24-hour little period wait for people. I mean, at least give people a chance to watch it. But yeah,
Yeah,
how about
I
you?
come from a movie background, and so posting spoilers of movies that have just come out is a faux pas. Like, that's wrong, wrong, wrong. Especially because there are so many fandoms that want to go in blind, that
Mhm.
don't want to be spoiled. And I think it's the highest level of rude to do that, to just go on social media and post a spoiler, especially because social media itself is based on algorithms. It knows more about you
Yeah.
than you think. And
Right.
it knows that you're interested in K dramas. It knows that you're interested in these types of shows. It knows that you're interested in, if you're talking about movies like Star Wars, it knows you're interested in Marvel movies, and it will feed you that content. And this fucking asshole on the internet just posts a spoiler. So I have no tolerance for it. I try my best to not post spoilers. Even in my podcast, I always have a non-spoiler and spoiler section,
Mm-mm.
except for C dramas, because C dramas are so long. There's almost like a barrier to even pressing play on a podcast review of a given C drama. But for the most part, I keep it separate. If I'm on TikTok and posting a video that's kind of spoilery, I always intro it and say, like, oh, spoilers for whatever, because I loathe spoilers. And the only way to avoid spoilers is to just not go online, or try your best to scroll past things. You can always try and filter out based on keywords what you don't want to see,
Mhm.
especially on Twitter and stuff. But I think the best policy is to just go social media silent. But it's nearly impossible to not be spoiled nowadays.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
just should never be the case.
Yeah. I think like I don't mind spoilers except if it's like a major story blind point. So like if it's a kiss,
I mean, that's the only
really
spoiler that I'm talking about. Like, if they're
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
oh, they kiss in episode 10, okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
that's not
Yeah.
a spoiler. But if they're like, oh, so and so was the killer, you're like, what the fuck, bro?
Exactly.
Like, that's,
Yeah.
you
I don't
know,
mind. Yeah, I mind that type of stuff.
yeah.
The thing with me though is like with, for example, with Chinese dramas, I don't watch them as they air for the most part. And it will take me months, even years to get to a Chinese drama sometimes. So like if I got spoiled on it, I might forget it by the time I watch it.
Yeah.
With Korean dramas, which I do watch on air, my benefit is I watch the genre not a lot of people are watching,
True.
as well as don't spoil on it a lot. So
Mhm.
like I get really angry if somebody does reveal like a spoiler on a crime drama, because most of the time it's like this person was the killer.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I can avoid spoilers because not a lot of people watch it and not a lot of
Mhm.
people post about it. So that's the
Mhm.
benefit of me watching a genre that is not the popular genre, for the most part. But yeah, I also am kind of like Jess. I do not like spoilers at all. I don't understand why it needs to
I don't
happen. I don't
understand it.
understand.
I mean,
why
I
it has
do
become
because
such a thing.
they want the views, they want the
Yeah, they
engagement,
want
they
the
want the
attention.
followers,
Yeah.
they want the
Yeah.
attention, and that's how you do it because you posting something about a trending thing.
Yeah.
Like they're getting in on the trend, they're feeding into it, feeding into the algorithm, and that's the problem. Like to me, you're doing it for clout, for clout.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah.
I will say this is why I like apps like Discord because it makes the conversation so much better. So in Discord, you can hide spoilers and then people have to click for them to like basically it goes black, that text goes black and you have to click it to see the text. And like
Mm.
for example, in Tea and Soju Discord, I always try to like people always try to like put the episode number and then hide the rest of the spoilers. So if you're up to that episode, you click it and you can read it. If you're not, you can, come back and read the conversations later. And even when it pops up, if it's marked as a spoiler, when it pops up as a notification, it won't show you the text unless you click on it and like actively click on the spoiler. So I'm like, I wish that could be like something, or at least at the very least, just put like right at the beginning of your clip spoiler for episode whatever. I mean, it takes 2 seconds and then it
Yeah.
becomes much easier for people to like navigate. But I just think it's so inconsiderate and I like Jess said, they do it for clout and they do it. And some people actually just do it because they have their accounts to share and talk about what they're watching or whatever, and because they're excited. But I mean, there should at least be like a little bit of respect, like posting within the hour of the episode coming out.
Right.
That's just not
That's
on.
that's
That is
nuts.
because there's so many different time zones. Some people might
Right.
not even be able to watch it for the next 24 hours, for example. Like, get a little grace, just a little bit would
There's
be
no
Yeah.
great.
consideration there. People
No,
just
no,
the machine of social media just wants
no.
constant
Mhm.
content and trending items, and it sucks for people that are like, if you have an emergency, you're working or whatever, you can't press play
Mhm.
at midnight, you're
Right.
fucked because then you go on Twitter on your lunch break and you get spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's done.
So yeah, so that's our little rant on spoilers.
I have zero
the
tolerance for it. I really do.
Yeah,
Like I have no
I
tolerance.
completely agree. And basically, the only thing is you either get spoiled or you do a social media blackout. That's pretty much, the only two. There's just no way around it. They are just everywhere. And because like our accounts are like podcasting accounts and we talk about Chinese dramas, Korean dramas, whatever, that's what the FYP like feeds us anyways. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Right. So next question is, what's a drama you are looking forward to starting?
I have 3, but they're all 2024 dramas. So here we go.
Go for it.
One is The Double, which I literally just
Nice.
started. I have watched
So
one
excited.
episode and I'm really excited. I've been excited and it's finally here where I have some time to press play on it. We are doing a drama trio plus one other person episode on The Double. It
didn't originally start out like that.
No. What
No.
happened was, well, we'll talk about it on the Timok review, like how this came about.
There is a
But
tea and soju review
I'm
on
excited
it
for The
as
Double.
well.
I'm excited to watch Princess Royal. There is, yes.
Yeah.
And then the last one I'm excited for is a K-drama, The Atypical Family. I'm excited to watch
So
that one.
Ooh,
Finally.
I like
It's
that
so
one.
good.
Yeah.
What about you,
guys?
Caitlin?
The Double, of course. I'm starting it probably this weekend, honestly. And
Loved
once I get some things off of my watch list, I'm probably going to start the Spire Realm. And then my new weekender starts today and it's called Iron Family. And it's again not my typical show because it's probably going to be more of a rom-com, but my boy is in it. So like I'm going to watch it and it's a longer drama. It's like 36 episodes. So I'm just excited to see him on my screen again. I'm going to try it out. I'm not guaranteed I'm going to like watch it, but like I want to at least try it out and like have something that's not extremely dark on my watch list because pretty much everything, including The Judge from Hell, is on my watch list right now. So,
oh my goodness.
yeah. So that's kind of 3 that I've named.
For me, I have only put one drama and one drama only. And there is no confirmed date for this, but it's so heavily rumored for October. And that
Oh,
is the story of Pearl Girl, starring Zhao
Hmm.
Lushi
yeah.
and Liu Yuning.
Hmm.
I am dying to watch this drama. Like, I'm so excited to see Zhao Lushi in a completely different role because basically in this drama, she starts off as a slave and has to work her way out of that. And I mean, it is good. Like the
Every
trailers that have come
promo
out
gets
is
me
good.
so excited.
I'm
Yes. Yes.
so pumped for this drama. And the thing is, like with this question, all of the dramas that I'm really excited about starting, none of them have dates. So, because
Yeah.
they're all basically, most of them are, Chinese dramas. I'm really looking forward to Moonlight Mystique, for example, which is a Bai Lu and Ao Ruping drama. But that I think has been confirmed for quarter 1 of 2025. So that, I mean, we will see what we get towards the end of this year, but the story of Pearl Girl is very, very heavily rumored for October, and Yoku would be dumb to not put it out in October. They have zero competition to go along with it, so
Hmm.
I think we will get it. The rumor date is October 12th, I believe, or October 15th. Um, so this episode will air, like this drama trio episode will come out on the 16th of October. So by the time this comes out, I might be, who knows, but it might already be out. But that is the drama I think I'm most excited to watch. So the next question is, how do you keep up with C dramas, K dramas, news, etc.?
I can answer this. So I just don't. Quickly.
I
So
was about to say, I don't think we do.
I think
we're
Caitlin
very
does.
Well, yeah, I guess I
yeah.
do.
Caitlin definitely does, but I don't. I intentionally stay out of a lot of it. I love posting trailers and teasers and photo shoots from different shows and
Mm.
actors that are upcoming or tie-ins to different things. But do I watch all of it? Absolutely not. I don't have all the time in the world. I have a full-time job. I have things that I like to do on the weekends. I like to go thrifting. I like to shop for groceries. I mean, you name it. I just don't have the bandwidth to watch every single thing and keep up with all the news from C Drama Land and K Drama Land. So I just don't. However, I love talking with people in the DMs because they're my I I think I called them K Ramblers at one point, and it kind of sucks. So like every K Rambler that comes in the DMs and like says, "Have you seen this?" or sends me a reel or whatever. I
Mm.
love interacting that way, and I find out more that way because I don't know everything. I'm not omnipotent. Okay, I'm not
Yeah.
Google here, so it's nice. It's nice the level that I have my involvement right now.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, I never leave my apartment. So I'm a hermit. And I mean, yeah, I kind of, yeah, I do like keeping up with, especially like drama announcements and casting news, but I also cherry pick that too. Like if it doesn't seem interesting to me, I won't talk about it. So like
Mm,
if a casting is like, okay, like it's a modern drama, I don't really necessarily like the sound of this drama, I'm not going to talk about it. So like yes, I probably do keep up with, especially with like premieres. I do keep up with that. And like premiering K dramas, especially. But the reason I do that is it's so easy to do with Korean dramas. Like Liliana was just talking about, like with Chinese dramas, you are not guaranteed
Yeah.
a schedule. Whereas Korean, it's like you pretty much know what's airing in the next month unless some catastrophe happens and like something's pulled off air, and maybe they'll add a couple other dramas here and there, but for the most part at the beginning of the month you know what's airing that month.
mhm.
So that makes my job a lot easier, and that's probably why I pay more attention to Korean premieres, just because it's easy. Like I wouldn't say I
Mm,
necessarily like go out of my way to look at them just to look at them. I look at them because it's easy to do and it's something to talk about. And I'm sure other
mhm.
people want to know that information and don't want to do the work that I do on my podcast or my social media and provide
Yeah,
that
yeah,
schedule for people. So,
yeah.
um,
You provide a service.
yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I wouldn't say I like watch every single trailer and go through every single thing, but I do like doing blog posts or podcast episodes of things that are upcoming because I like talking about it. That's the thing. I have to be interested and
Mm.
excited about
Mm-hmm.
something to talk about. So like for example, when the Yoku event happened a couple weeks ago, I made a podcast episode about that, but that was literally I didn't name every single drama in that event. Like it was over 100 things they mentioned. The IGE was over 300 things they mentioned between
Yeah.
like their dramas, their donghwas, their everything. Like I'm not gonna do 300 plus. That would be an ungodly. That'd be like a live stream of 24 hours trying to get through that. So like
Oh my gosh.
even if I did do a blog post or a podcast episode or social media post about upcoming stuff, it's stuff that I am interested in and I enjoy and I could talk for days about. So
Yeah.
that's why I probably pay attention more of that because especially with Korean dramas, I tend to watch airing Korean dramas. So I kind of work the rest of my watch list around the airing dramas I'm like interested in. So I know, for example, in October, there's only about 3 dramas I'm interested in coming out with new Korean
Mhm.
dramas, but I know I have to watch the double in that month. So like I have to be strategic when you run a podcast and you run a blog and you make content of the things you watch and you have this kind of schedule of like you have to watch a drama by a date. You have to kind of be strategic sometimes on your watch list because
Mm-hmm.
I know if I get up to like anything above 10 dramas on my current watch list, I'm gonna start melting and not be okay. So like I have to be strategic of like what I add and not be watching 20 million dramas at the same time because I will be underwater because I also have a full-time job. Like that type of thing.
Mm.
So, but I
Mm-hmm.
also never leave my house. So that's the contrast.
You leave your house. This is an exaggeration.
Yeah, this is an exaggeration. She
I
does
leave
go
my house
out.
like once a week. Like, okay, it's not
She does.
it's
Oh my
pretty
god.
bad. I'm a
So
homebody through and through.
for me, I used to keep up with it much better than I do nowadays. Just simply because the way my job works has changed and I do now 10-hour days. So by the time I get home, I barely have any time left to like watch anything, let alone catch up on, events of the day. So what I do try to keep up with is like booting ceremonies and wrapping ceremonies, whether a drama has had their distribution license agreed upon. So those types of things, because they are very key things to kind of start guessing a little bit for when those dramas are going to be out. So if something has been greenlit and they have acquired the distribution license, that means it's ready. Like it's past censorship, it's done. That is the last thing they need to do right before a Chinese drama, can, legally air. So, that's going to be closer than something that's just, done their booting ceremony or, their wrap up ceremony or whatever. So I tried to keep up with those. And actually, funnily enough, this was a while ago. I had somebody kind of ask, oh, all the other podcasts do what's upcoming in the month and they kind of like talk about it. Why don't you do that? And I was like, it's impossible to do that for Chinese
Mhm.
dramas. And I don't want to be talking about, like, I could tell you off the top of my head the rumored quarters that they're going to be released in, the rumored months that they're going to be released in, but that is
Mm-hmm.
all rumors. Yes, there is certain accounts that you can kind of like count on for them to be a little bit more reliable, but even so, like for example, there is one specific drama that I'm thinking about, and I think it's Kill Me, Love Me. And it stars the
Yeah.
female lead from The Double as well. And basically, that drama was slated, and I do that in quotation, but it was like rumored to be released in September. However, out of the blue, the female lead announced that she was married. So that got pulled off and it didn't air in September. And I highly doubt it they will air, anytime soon because they don't want the focus to be like on her and her marriage and everything that's coming out that way, as opposed to being on the CP and the drama couple. So,
Right.
with Chinese drama land, you also have, for example, the fact that if somebody comes out that they're tax evading, their dramas are going to be pulled. If somebody, there's so many
Or if
variants.
somebody like becomes super popular out of nowhere, they're probably going to rearrange the schedule. Like other networks are going to rearrange the schedule to air his drama next. It's a
Yeah.
strategy game. It's a game. It's all about a
Yeah.
game.
So, like, along the years that I've watched Chinese dramas and along the time that I've done the podcast, yes, I've become better at like judging when a drama is about to premiere. There's signs, they give you signs, but I don't necessarily talk about it because I'm like, I could be wrong, I could be right. And I don't want somebody to then go, oh no, but Liliana said it would come out. And it's like, do you know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
why I don't necessarily do that. But like I said, if I do try to keep up on any news, it'd just be like booting ceremonies, wrap ups, teaser trailers, that sort of stuff. And that's mainly because I follow a good few accounts on Twitter and they get their information directly from Weibo. So,
Mhm.
that's and then for for Korean dramas, I just go to like Caitlin's blog or, Naz does a what's coming up in the next month. And that's how I get like my Korean because like it's already hard work doing all the Chinese drama stuff. So I just let somebody else handle the Korean drama stuff.
Yeah.
So,
It's
so
hilarious.
next,
I've had multiple people on TikTok like DM me and be like, I'll like be a day late. Like I tried to post the news of Korean drama premieres like day one of the month, and I'll be
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm on vacation. I can't do this until the second. I literally open my TikTok on the second. They're like, where's your drama post? Where I need your drama post to know what I'm gonna watch this month. I have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
multiple DMs every month about that.
There you go. See, you are doing a service. So, next question is if you could pick just one genre to watch for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? I mean, we all know what Caitlin's going to say, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go first because we all know what I'm going to say. It's crime. Crime.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think the reason why I do it is because there's so many types of crime I could watch.
Mm.
Like, yes, there's like just like the straightforward crime dramas, like nothing else. But then there's also like historical Chinese crime dramas that might have a romance, or there's like, same with Korean, like there's romance dramas that have crime involved. Like,
Mhm.
there's so much wiggle room with that I could probably watch a variety of that within its own. The reason why I like it is because my background's in it. I like playing along. I like guessing who the bad guy, good guy is. I like the twists and turns.
Mhm.
There's so much you can do within that genre.
Mm.
It keeps it interesting for me. So, yes, I will pick crime.
For
For me,
me,
it would probably be drama or romance, and
yeah.
that's it.
For me, I would go historical actually.
Okay.
Because in
Oh.
yeah, I know. Just simply because in the last 2 years specifically, and even last year, pretty much all of like my era dramas were historical. And what I mean by that, historical, you can take it in different directions because technically some people will call Xianxia historical even though they're not. But some people say costume drama and, encapsulate it all in historical. But I would say historical, I think. I think there's a lot of wiggle room there as well. And I have been much happier. And this could just be recency bias, but in the last year or so, my favorite dramas have all been historical slash costume dramas. So that's what I would go down. So the last question for this section is not drama related, but do you also read? If so, do you read Asian inspired books and what's your favorite?
Mine's simple. No, but I have bought several and I have not read them yet. Sorry.
What about you,
My,
Caitlin?
mine's also simple. I also do not read.
Shall I take this question then?
Yes, go
Yes.
ahead, Liliana.
Because if you count, I have a lot of them, and a lot of them are Asian inspired. Yes, I do. I really enjoy, especially if you do them in audiobook version, because you get the how everything is said correctly, and I love that. So to me, I'm very lucky. I get to listen to audiobooks at work, so I go through a lot of them. Like I'm almost up to 200 books this year. Don't ask how. It's been a wild ride. So for me, the top three books that I have read that are, Asian inspired by Asian, you know, descendants or by Asian authors. The first one would be, and this is a 5 stars out of 5 stars for me, and it would be Lady Tan's Circle of Women by Lisa C. I adore this book. It is a straight up historical about a woman physician in 15th century China, and how like basically she is born in the wrong time almost, because she is very forward thinking, and she is someone that doesn't like to be restrained by people. And in that era, obviously she shouldn't be doing a physician's work. That shouldn't be the case, but she plows on and she does. I adored this book, truly one of my favorites. The next one is Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. Not only does this tell you the beautiful story that is of the moon goddess, but it is basically a xianxia, but in book format. That is what it is. It is like reading a xianxia, basically. So I adore this one. And then the last one would be The Red Palace by June He. This is basically a crime thriller saga. That's basically what I would describe it as. There is, crimes happening within the palace, and these our two main protagonists are figuring it out. All of these, they will use Chinese terms or they will use Korean terms within the books. So that would be, my top three that I think I've read so far of Asian books. So that's that section closed out. So, Caitlin, you're taking the next section along?
Sure. My first question is, if you could watch either K-dramas or C-dramas for the rest of your life, which one and why?
I'm not sure why we would want to answer this question, but I guess if I had to choose, I would go with K-dramas, because I guess there's more genres that I like from K-dramas, because C-dramas I just go to for like a certain thing, certain genres.
Yeah. I mean, for me, there would be no tea and soju, so I would have to kind of pick Chinese dramas, because that is the whole aspect of, tea and soju. And I think I watch more Chinese dramas nowadays, anyways. So I would have to go. And also, I think there's a heck of a lot more of them to get through. So I think I'd go Chinese dramas. But again, why choose? Just watch it all.
True. I think this is due to recency stuff, but this year has been really difficult in K-drama land for me. So I would actually choose C-dramas. Like I literally have only watched 24 Korean dramas this year, and that's half of what I usually watch. So there were multiple months this year that I wasn't watching a single Korean drama. So yeah, I think impacted by this year, I would have to choose Chinese dramas.
Gotcha.
Next one. If you were in a Chinese historical drama, which one would you choose and who would you be?
I have a shallow answer and a considerate answer.
Okay.
Okay.
My shallow answer is Niao Niao from Love Like the Galaxy, because
oh my god,
Wu Lei.
me too. I also have Xiao Shang from Love Like the Galaxy,
because Wu Lei. Enough said.
But I love that character too.
I do. I love her character. I love her journey. I truly adore her. I adore the character she becomes by the end of the drama. So that would be, my
wow.
but I can't I can't say that, Rule does not play a big part in that because I mean, who wouldn't want Rule staring at them like he does with with her? I mean, so and the next one, I've only put two down, would be Ren Ruyi from A Journey to Love. I
Oh.
This female lead is so incredibly smart and she is
Hmm.
so incredibly capable. I love the person she becomes by the end and how she doesn't let love change her character. She learns to like love in an essence and she learns to feel, and I just loved her journey. I truly, truly did. And yes, we're not going to talk about the ending. It is what it is, but I still
Don't tell me
adored
that
her.
because I'm like on episode 25 or something on that show.
Oh, I wasn't mad about it. I loved it. I not loved it, but I was like, I was okay with it. But a lot of people, whatever. Anyways, I still think her character is a great character.
Hmm.
So that's who I would go with. But
Okay,
I
I'll
mean,
finish it up because I already said that one of my picks was Xiaoshang from Love Like the Galaxy.
yeah.
So my second pick, this is a Xianxia, but I was like, if this person who asked the question also meant historicals to mean Xianxia, then I was like, okay, I'll go with this one as well. So Bai Chan from 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, aka Eternal Love. Oh my god, she's my spirit animal. I love her. That is me. I am her. So anyway.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Caitlin?
So I didn't do like a specific character. I just I did more of like the how do I describe this? I did more of like a common character you find in the
Mm,
genre. Like I didn't do
Okay.
specific characters. So like for example,
gotcha.
I would love to be like, for example, I would love to be a coroner in
Mm.
like a crime drama because that is if I could go back to
Just
school,
his face.
I'm sorry, what?
if I could go back to school, I would probably become a coroner. And like
Mm.
that would be my route of career. I've always wanted to be a coroner.
A
Um,
coroner?
yeah,
I could see her
yeah,
dude being one. It's never
yeah.
too late,
I
Caitlin.
don't
It's
think it's
never
too
too
late for you to
late.
be the coroner.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It's never too late.
Yeah.
And to be
But the
fair, I
problem
think
is
she's
I did
watched.
2 years. The problem is I've been 2 years of nursing school and I switched my genres. I would have to go back to medical school. I don't know if I could do that. So
I mean, I think she's watched enough crime to know how to dissect a body by now.
so yeah, I've always wanted to be a coroner. That was like my career path I always have wanted to do. So I would love to do that in a crime drama somewhere, historical or modern, honestly. The other one that I think would be really fun, but also I would probably be dying all the time, was like a lady in waiting and like watch and be like a
No.
serving girl or a lady in waiting
No.
or like a side
Why?
soldier of like the main people and
You're
then be able
kidding.
to like yes because one there would be a lot of gossip going around and I would just
You want
love
the
to be
hot goss.
gossiping about it. And then two, it'd be like the inner workings of a palace or the inner workings of a military thing, like a bromance thing, I don't know. And then but I wouldn't have to be going through the angst of the main character
I
storyline. I would
see.
just be a watcher
You're like,
over
not my
here.
circus, not my monkeys, but I want the hot
Exactly.
goss and I want to be
Exactly.
near them.
Yeah, that would be me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I also was gonna say puppy cop, but then I was like, I'm gonna die in episode 13, so no.
Puppy.
That's a trope, guys. That's a trope in crime dramas. If you have a puppy cop, they're gonna die or get seriously injured. It happens all the time. I
Oh.
could probably do a podcast episode of puppy cops that die.
No,
Oh,
don't.
stop.
Don't. I feel like that would be such a sad episode.
An in memoriam.
I know.
Yeah, in memoriam.
All right. Next question. What country and place is your dream destination?
For me, it's easy. China's on my list, and I'd love to travel a lot of it because it's so vast.
Mm-hmm.
I you can be in the north and have a completely different experience to being in the south. So I feel like it's one of those countries that you could go back to time and time again, and your
Right.
experience would be different every time. So to me, China. And I know people are going to say, oh, but you watch a lot of, this and what. I just like the culture, and it'd be somewhere I'd love to visit.
Yeah, mine is Japan. I'd really love to go
Mm,
on a really long trip through Japan.
Mhm.
And then also Australia slash New Zealand.
mm.
I've always wanted to go to Australia slash New Zealand, but that's a
Oh
really
my God.
long trip. Like I don't have that much PTO, so
Yeah.
For Japan, this is a completely aside, but I get so sidetracked on YouTube by watching like these solo travel in Japan, and they're quiet, like the person doesn't speak and you never see the person, they just film it, and they go like on these ferry rides, and these ferries are no, when I tell these ferries are freaking amazing. They're almost like a cruise, but it's a ferry. And people go like, 8 hour ferry ride or whatever to get to one place or another. I get dragged into those a lot, and it's
Mm.
beautiful. But, that was just, a little aside. What about you, Caitlin?
I've been to Japan and Korea, but I was only in Korea for 3 days and it was only Seoul. So I would like to go back and like do more stuff in Seoul, but also maybe go outside of Seoul. And then in Japan, I was only in Tokyo. And I
mm,
did see a lot of stuff in Tokyo. And we did a side trip somewhere else too, but like it wasn't that far. So it wasn't like we didn't go to Kyoto, for example. So I would love to go back to Japan and like see some stuff I outside of Tokyo that I have never gone to. Um, but I would also really, really, really like to go to China. Like, there's so much stuff to see in China that I've always wanted to go and see. So,
Mm, Yep.
next one. Have you met any Korean or Chinese celebrities?
No.
I'll go first. No.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if you count going to concerts and like seeing them on stage, yes. But if you have like shaking their hand and saying hello, no.
Yep.
Yeah, no. No. That was an easy one. Next.
If you could meet any of the characters from any of the dramas, who would you pick to meet and why?
So I have a whole list.
Mm,
I have a
okay.
whole list. I'll go through it really fast. Kang Chul from W2 Worlds Apart. That's Lee Jong Suk's character
Mhm.
from W. I really would like to sit down and meet with him. And then Vincenzo. I just want to meet Vinny. Okay, that's Song Joong Ki. Tan Sai Jin from Till the End of the
Oh my
Moon.
God, that was on my list.
Yeah, Lo
Yeah.
Young Shi. I want to meet Goblin Gong Yu.
Yeah.
I want to meet Naido from 2521. That's Kim Tae-ri's
Mm.
character. Tokim from the Red Sleeve. That's Lee Se-young's character, the female lead
Oh
from
my
the
God,
Red Sleeve.
yes.
Dong-eun from The Glory. I need to shake hands with Song Hye-kyle's character from The Glory. That was magnificent. And then Taebum from Happiness. That's Han Hyo-ju's character
hmm
from
Mm,
Happiness.
mm.
I mean, I could go on forever, but I was like trying to keep it down. So I only wrote two. One of them would be Tan Tai Jin, just because I feel like he's such a complex character. I would just love to meet him. Um, and the next one would be, and this is like purely selfish reasons in terms of I would love to meet Noodle Dad from Go Ahead.
Mm.
I feel like I would love and adore to go and sit down and have a bowl of noodles that he makes, and just to receive like that, because basically he shows a lot of his love through his food, and he is kind to pretty much everybody. He gives out the like nicest advice regardless if you're his kid or not. He just kind of senses this in people. So that's who I'd love to meet. I'd love to go and sit down in his little restaurant and have a bowl of noodles and just have like a conversation with him, because I feel like it could be such a beautiful conversation to have. So, that would be my two choices.
Okay,
What's on your list?
I think I have three. So first one I would like to meet is I might have four. Junjin Ma with Junjin Ma. What did I just say? Junjin Man, which is Lee Dong Wook's character in The Shop for Killers.
Mm,
I just I
yep.
need to meet an assassin. Like I need to meet somebody like that. He could kill me, but whatever. Like I
You
need to
can
meet.
kill me for
Yeah.
whatever.
Um so that was one
The
person.
I need
The
to meet
other,
an assassin.
yeah,
I
pretty
need that on a
much.
t-shirt.
Yeah. um I also really need to meet Bae Doona's character in Stranger. I
Duna and
love
Stranger, yeah.
her. Yes, I love her. Badass cop. Absolutely love her. Um, And then I also would love to meet, where is that drama? I don't remember their name. Oh, okay. So the female lead in Queen of Mystery, her name's played by Choi Kang-hee, but her name in the drama is Yoo Sol Oak. She's like, so Queen of Mystery is like, think of Murder She Wrote, but Korean version.
Mm-hmm.
So she's
Mm-hmm.
like a housewife who just happens across crimes all the time. And she's like this really bubbly housewife, but she's goes around and like solves crimes and then bothers a police officer that's always there and a detective. And like she's married and everything. So like they have this great chemistry, but it's never going to happen type thing. I want to meet her. Like I want to like pick her brain of like cuz she always wanted to be a cop and then she got married and then like couldn't become a cop. So she just is this housewife that sneaks around and solves crimes and is like a murder she wrote. But
Mm-hmm.
I just want to meet her. I want to be her best friend and then like solve crimes with her. Like that would be
Nice.
my dream.
I do
Yes,
love
yes.
Murder She Wrote.
I do too. One of my favorite shows ever.
Mm.
Okay, next one. How many episodes have you binge watched?
See, this
Okay.
is relative because do you
Mhm.
mean in a day? Do you mean like in a, I mean,
I guess in
I don't
one
know.
binge sesh.
So,
Yeah.
see, because my biggest binge session, and I only had 3 hours of sleep in between. So, we consider it, would probably be Ashes of Love. Like, I did the
Mm-hmm.
63 episodes in 2 days and a bit. So, I think
Mhm.
that would probably be my biggest. But if I were to be like in one sitting, I've watched an 8 episode, in one sitting or 10 episodes in one sitting. So,
Mm-hmm.
it just
Yeah.
depends. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
depends.
I would say like 12 episodes, maybe one after the other,
Depends if
totaling
we're on a
12 hours.
deadline. I was gonna say
Yeah.
depends if we're on a deadline for a podcast.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that
That
too.
like that's me all the time. Yeah, I mean, I would say before the podcast, it probably was Goblin because I watched that in a day. Um,
Okay. That's
Technically,
like
I was on a
16
deadline, but
episodes.
yeah, it was 16 in a day. But the other one, I guess, was like Till the End of the Moon because I was on a deadline and trying to finish that by the time we recorded. So that was like I finished that drama in like 4 days, I something
Oh
like
my
that.
god.
Oh
So
my.
like 4 or 5
That
days.
is
So
that
I
is
think I would say
painful.
that, yeah, I would say that was probably my biggest binge other than
Mm,
Goblin. But I don't know how many with that drama. I don't know how many I watched in a row in one sitting. I kind of just
mm.
watched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kept
Yeah.
going.
Second to last question. Do you stay up late watching dramas? Yes, because I do not sleep.
Yes,
Uh,
but I'm trying to be better.
Yeah. I just can't sleep. Like I don't even try to be better because I know that's not going to happen. So I don't sleep really.
I get up at ridiculous o'clock to go to work, so it's a non-negotiable for me. I get
Hmm.
up at 5. It used to be I did used to get up at like quarter to 4 in the morning, so it's better now that we've changed times. Um, so it depends, and also if you'd asked me this at the beginning of the year, then the answer would just be a straight up yes. I would often. If it's the weekend, then absolutely yes. If it's the week, no, because I am trying to be really good at before, like at least 45 minutes before going to actual sleep, like turning off, stuff and just reading a physical book. So that helps me sleep better. So that's, the new routine now. But
Mhm.
if it's the weekend, then heck yes. I mean, I think it was only last last weekend, the weekend before, I stayed up till like 1 in the morning, binging No Gain, No Love. So, you know,
I
it just
regularly
depends.
go to bed at 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning.
Well,
Like
last
even on
weekend,
weekdays. So like that's my schedule. I sleep maybe 5 hours a night.
no, no. See, last weekend, Saturday evening, we went to a friend's house for dinner and we were playing Monopoly until 5 in the morning. Like,
That
that
is why I
sometimes
don't play that
happen.
game. I do not play
But
that game for that reason.
Well, we didn't. We played like two games of Monopoly,
Hmm.
plus,
Hmm.
we played some cards a bit later. But I could still probably do if it's a drama that I really love and it's the weekend, then probably. But during the week, I try not to.
Okay, and then last question is what dramas have you been really disappointed about?
Too many.
Okay, I got a little list here.
Okay, I can think of
I also
two. I'll go first. I can think of
Okay.
two off the top of my head. One is let me make sure I have the name right because I know it's like I think I know the name. Let me just I think it's called Awaken, Awake. Hold on. Let me pull it up really quick. Awaken. Yeah, it was going so well, and then the ending, like I hate watch the rest of it. Like they did something at the ending where I'm just like I can't believe you did this. It just went downhill from there. I can't do it. So yeah, that was a big letdown for me. The other one I think was it's like a really classic C drama, like has a really huge what you call it. It's like so it's based off of a book and it is beloved. Like the book story is beloved and it's like then it was made into a drama. And there's you name classic Chinese dramas, this one is most likely going to be on the list. And it's called When a Snail Falls in Love. It's like a crime romance drama.
Mm.
And so when I watched this, it's a 2016 drama. I watched this, I think, in 2018, 2019. My expectation going into it was I was going to love it just because so many people loved it. It was my kind of thing. I was so disappointed about it. I gave it a 1. Like I was so disappointed. And probably because I just went into it with such high expectations just to with everybody talking about it. But yeah, that was probably one of my biggest disappointments with Chinese dramas I've ever had in my life.
Mm.
For me, I also only have two.
Oh,
I mean, the list is
lucky.
endless.
Oh,
Yeah.
The
okay.
list,
You're only gonna
the
get
Yeah.
one.
list
I have
is
more than those,
endless.
but yeah.
Yeah. I have a
Yeah.
lot more, but I think I'm only gonna go with two, and one of them being this pains my heart to say it, but it's Only for Love, the Bai Lu
Ooh.
and Wang Hedi drama. I those two had good chemistry, but god damn it, that story was not it. And I was so excited for it. I had been following this drama along from the announcement of like the very first announcement of it. So I was very, very excited. I love the writer that it's based on. I was all in. And then they announced it was going to be by Lu and Wang Hedi. And I was like, great, this is going to be great. It was not great. I do have a review with it. I reviewed it with Carol from K Drama Musings,
Hmm.
and we had a blast because we were like, I don't know what to do because I liked the couple, but I don't like the story. And there's so many things to pick at. It's like, do
Yeah.
I like it? Don't I like it? It's just like one of those dramas. And the next one, it's probably one of my most disappointed dramas in recent times, and that would be Fox Spirit Matchmaker, the
Mm.
Oh.
Gong Joon and Yang Mi drama. There was such a big lack of chemistry. Like there's just no chemistry. And the thing is, for me, I had watched Eternal Love of Dream, a year prior. So I was really excited to see Young Me again
You mean Eternal Love,
reprising.
10 Miles of Peach Blossom?
Yes, sorry. Yes, Eternal Love. I was very excited to see her play a fox again, to see her go and reprise a similar role because everybody toots about Young Me, but I don't see it. And the thing is, I like one drama of hers and everything else I kind of end up dropping. So I was so excited about this. The promo looked fairly good. The chemistry, there was zero chemistry. Like, I just did not feel the chemistry at all. The story was not great at all. And it got me so worried for like, because obviously you have Fox Spirit Matchmaker, which is the first one, which stars Gong Joon and Yang Mi, and then you have the next one, which will star Liu Shishi, and I can never remember the male lead that goes into that. But then we have the third one, which personally is the one that I'm most excited for because it stars Chang Yi and Li Yitong. So, and there's going to be a lot of suffering because Changi only does suffering. So, and he does
Yeah,
it
pretty much.
beautifully. And he does it beautifully. So, I'm hopeful for that one. But yeah, the first one just wasn't it at all. So, that's probably
All right.
the two that I would go for. Although I do have a lot more than that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll round us out. So Duna, Love
Oh,
Alarm,
yes.
A Killer
Yes.
Paradox, Alchemy of
Yes.
Souls, the whole
Yes.
thing. Let's Eat Three. Let's Eat Three is the second sequel or the third season of the Let's Eat series. And the problem with that one was it just wasn't as good as the first two seasons. I loved the first two seasons, and that third one was like shit. And then the male lead, I forget his name, like Yoon Do Jun or something. He went off into the military and like didn't finish filming the show because it was an ongoing filming schedule. So like the last several episodes, he's just like gone. But he's the male lead of the show, so like didn't make any fucking sense. Anyway, Let's Eat Three, super disappointing. Love Alarm. I think I already mentioned A Killer Paradox. This is the one that I'll go into a little more detail. What's Wrong with Secretary Kim? Oh my gosh, I have never been more disappointed in a drama maybe than in What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, because this was so hyped from east, west, north, south. This was an overhyped show. Everybody loved the show. And so I was like, oh, perfect. I'm going to love it. On season 1 of Daebak, we reviewed it and I watched it for the first time. Oh my gosh. I did not get it. I did not love it. There was almost nothing about it that I was like into. And it had like everything to do with the power dynamics, the whole like office romance. I don't like office romances. I think it's unethical. And then he's her boss, and it just like didn't fly. It didn't fly with me. You can hear the thoughts on Tebak if you want to hear the full thoughts of what happened there, but I was very disappointed in What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. I was like, there's nothing wrong with Secretary Kim. There's everything wrong with this dude over here.
Yeah. See, when I watched it, I remember really, really enjoying it, but I think I was like in my I love everything era. It'd be really interesting to like, would I
To go
necessarily want
back.
to? Not really. But actually, there was a Thai remake recently, or
Yeah,
was it a
yeah.
Filipino? I think it was a Thai, it was either a Thai or a
With a
Filipino
near
remake.
identical poster for it and everything.
Yes, exactly. I started watching it. I was like, I can't do it, and dropped it. So
Oh,
it would be very interesting for me to like try and rewatch
revisit
Secretary
What's Wrong
Kim.
with Secretary Kim.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never watched it.
Yeah, I don't think you'd like
You
it.
wouldn't. You wouldn't. Yeah, no. You'd rip it to
So that,
shreds.
yeah, yeah, I think she would. So that's it, guys. That is all the questions. We've only been
We
here
answered every single
almost.
one.
Yes, we did. We've been here almost 3 hours. So that's going to be a long
Mhm.
episode. But when isn't it? I mean, it's a drama trio
Yeah.
episode. I think it comes with the territory that it's going to be long.
An
Um,
hour for each of us.
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Happy anniversary to us. Almost.
Yay.
Yay.
Here's to more episodes. As always, thank you so much, guys, for, coming on. Thank you for accepting the invite or, a year ago and becoming this little trio. I
Yeah.
always have a lot of fun with you guys. It's always a blast. So that is it. That is the episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and we shall catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.